West Shore Home Friday Night Rivals, presented by Air Experts Heating and Cooling, ventures into the heart of NAC 6 territory in a critical conference matchup between the Knightdale Knights and Heritage Huskies. Good evening once again, everybody, and welcome to Husky Stadium in Wake Forest, alongside former ECU standout Jay Sonhalter, Patrick Keenis. And Jay, each of these two teams rolled through the non-conference, 5 straight wins, stumbled though in a conference play, which basically means tonight is an elimination game for the loser for the conference title, and the winner stays in the race.
Well, the Northern Athletic Conference is one of the best conferences in the state. That's why this game is so important tonight. I've been impressed with the early season schedule, what each team has shown. Tonight is going to be a huge opportunity to get the next step up in the conference race.
All right, let's take a look at a couple of the key players we will see. Outstanding junior quarterback Jonathan Montague for Knightdale, and Colson Fields, one of the top tailbacks in the league for Heritage.
Yeah, two of the top players in the state for Knightdale. Jonathan Montague can hurt you with his legs, getting out of the pocket, also over the top. A really strong arm, accurate and good wide receivers that he's going to be aggressive with tonight. Over for Heritage, Colson Fields is a great running back. He can hurt you through the tackles where he's a power running back, and the quickness and the speed to take those long runs down the sideline. He can really read the offensive line developing. He's balanced, and he's a big-time player.
All right, both teams 5-1, 0-1 in league play. Knightdale very banged up. Jay, what are the other keys to watch tonight?
Well, both teams, they're going to have to really focus on their depth tonight. New guys coming into the lineup for Knightdale. It's all about the team depth, guys stepping up and then creating turnovers. Over for Heritage, no penalties, no turnovers. Playing a clean ball game. That's a simple message.
All right, more on this story as Heritage hosts Knightdale. Let's go to the third member of our broadcast team, Alexa Kay.
Thanks, Patrick. Both Knightdale and Heritage are coming into this game with only one loss, but both teams are plagued with injuries right now. Coaches informed us earlier this week that players have stepped up and are ready and eager to play this rivalry game tonight. Knightdale has a standout quarterback in Jonathan Montague, and Heritage has an impressive target with running back Colson Fields. Stay with us on Friday Night Rivals. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Marching Husky Band.
On a gorgeous Friday night from Wake Forest, North Carolina, we welcome you to Friday Night Rivals. Patrick Keenis, Jay Sonhalter with you, and let's get to tonight's coin toss, sponsored by the United States Marine Corps. The few, the proud, the Marines. Contact your local recruiter today. Sergeant Jenkins doing the honors on the field, and this is homecoming for Heritage High School. It is also Breast Cancer Awareness Evening. There are pink leis around band members. There are pink wigs worn by students. The hooligan section, pink t-shirts, bringing more awareness to breast cancer. And the Heritage Huskies in the gray pants, blue tops, pink numbers tonight to accentuate the evening. What a big one it is tonight. Both teams 5-1, 0-1 in conference play.
Great cause, great support. This is an outstanding atmosphere, and everyone's here because of these teams. 5-1 starts on the season, and these fans understand the importance of tonight's ball game.
All right, and the importance is Knightdale 5-1. They ripped off 5 straight non-conference wins before losing last Thursday to Wake Forest 35-21 in a game that really wasn't quite that close. Heritage, meanwhile, also began 5-0 through non-conference play and then got dropped by 4th-ranked Millbrook 28-6. So, Jay, the importance of tonight's game in a loaded, once again, NAC 6.
This is the best conference in the state with the depth of the league, top to bottom. I mean, these teams, every week, now that we're in October, it's going to be tough matchups. That's why tonight is so important, and each coach has built their programs up. They've had talented rosters this season, really good starts to the year, but now October, November, and then hopefully December, this is where you want to be playing your best football.
All right, there is Wallace Clark in his 5th year on the sidelines for the Huskies, 35-14. The Huskies will get the football to open things up. And the Knightdale Knights, as we mentioned, 5-1, but a whole new system for the Knights because of that man, Randy Ragland, his first year as the head coach in Knightdale. He was an athletic director last year, kind of a season, a pause for him, but head coaching is in his blood, and he lands in Knightdale after spending 6 years at Middle Creek. So the Knightdale Knights in the white uniforms on the road, and the American Military University kickoff. AMU, the #1 provider of higher education to the U.S. military. Returnable kick for the Huskies, and out beyond the 25-yard line. And that's where this drive will begin for Heritage. Jamie Branch bringing the kickoff back. And the Let's Go Huskies chant begins already. Again, Heritage 5-1. And there you see Brandon Crutchfield coming on the field for Heritage, generally in the secondary, but now he will be in the backfield running the controls for this offense for Heritage.
A two-way player, really talented athlete. Tonight, they're going to be aggressive and playmakers all over the field in the offensive line. This is a big group up front for Heritage.
All right, so Crutchfield, the Corton Jr. in the backfield out of this shotgun. And we are ready to go in the first play from scrimmage. And Crutchfield will hand it off to the right side, going around the corner to Tavares Carter. And Carter stacked up right around the 30-yard line and then driven back by the Knightdale defense as we take a look at the Air Experts heating and cooling starting lineup for the Heritage offense.
So an athletic group of skill players, Colson Fields, Carter, Kierton as well. The running back group is very good. Up front, Carter Alls, star right tackle, is back. They want to win up front, getting push on the offensive line, winning in the trenches.
And the officials have picked up the flag. There was one dropped, but they have rescinded that. 5 yards on the first down carry. And it's 2nd and 5 now for the Huskies. Huskies averaging about 36 points a game. And one clap of the hands. And a handoff darting around the left side to the 35 and charging across the 35 to the 37. Should be good enough for a first down. And that's our first look at Colson Fields, number 22. And now a look at the Knightdale defense. Again, the starting lineup is presented by Air Experts Heating and Cooling.
Well, Knightdale is going to start off in a 4-3 defense up front. Tyshawn Harvey, very talented in the middle of the defense. Athletic group of linebackers who are on the back end. Dwayne Lee, starting safety, Tylen Davis, those two safeties controlling the middle of the field. It's going to be important for them. Come up and run support as well as protecting the post routes of Heritage.
And now the officials heading over to the Heritage sideline. So a little pause here, which gives us an opportunity now to talk about the banged up defense for Knightdale. I mean, they're very thin all the way across the defense and offensive line and in the secondary. What kind of a role will that play tonight?
Well, really for both teams, the depth is going to be an issue. A lot of injuries now over for Knightdale, mixing and matching new guys, some reserves stepping up into starting roles. They're going to have an opportunity tonight to compete and also put out good film and hopefully for some of the reserves to get more playing time. But it's all about the next man up philosophy, and they're going against a tough offense in Heritage.
And it appears to be a clock issue that they're discussing things with Wallace Clark. So they will reset the game clock from 10:53 to 11:27. 3 officials, including our referee tonight, came over to Wallace Clark, and there you see the clock has now been effectively reset. Opening drive. And our first down of the game, an NCDPS first down. Go to ncdps.gov/careers and start your new career. First down, Huskies for the 37. We restart. And a burst of speed, little jump cut move, and out across the 45 to about the 46-yard line. Good carry on the first touch of the night for Tyler Adair.
Adair, the senior, nice jump cut, good vision. Make one man miss and then finish off the run. Adair falls forward. Good start running the ball on first down.
That'll be 9 on first down, and Adair one more time gets tackled forward out near midfield. The tackle made by Jonathan Lomax.
Winning up front is going to be so important. We talked about the trenches. Watch tonight the pad level for Knightdale. Athletic group right in the middle, good size. It's the first step, quickness, the pad level, the leverage, staying low. It's going to be so important for the defensive line.
Another NCDPS first down right at midfield for the Heritage Huskies. Game opening drive. Minute and a half gone by in the opening quarter. Bursting through the left side, but meeting some stiff initial resistance. Gain of maybe a yard. Keyshawn Harvey off the defensive line makes the stick for the Knights.
Well, Harvey holds down the interior, the defensive line. Tylen Davis, number 9, plays both ways. Wide receiver over on the offensive side. On defense, playing safety. We'll see him down in the box there, moves over to the slot, very athletic.
Adair to the left of Crutchfield on 2nd and 8. 4-receiver formation. Adair strings it to the right, cuts it back, and gets driven back one more time. So the run defense has been solid the last couple of plays for Knightdale. 3rd and long.
That ball going to the outside. Good job setting the edge. Knightdale brings the ball back inside. They're nowhere to go, and the inside, the linebackers coming up to fill the gap.
Yeah, Khalil Sanders, number 45, with the pursuit, forced that play to go back into the interior. And it's 3rd and 11 now for the Huskies. Beaten 35-21 last week. They were down 29-0. Although the game was close toward the end of the first quarter, but a goal line stand for Wake Forest began to turn the tide in that one. Crutchfield sprints out, throws against the body, toss to the sideline. The reception is made, but well short of the first down. Jacob Lambert with his first offensive touch. That'll bring up 4th down and about 6. And it looks like the punt team for the Huskies is coming out.
And here in the special teams unit coming out, the hope is you pin back Knightdale. Good job moving the ball in the middle of the field, but that last 3 downs, Knightdale doing a better job in run support.
So Heritage will kick it away. And dropping deep is Dwayne Lee. And the left-footed punt, short, flips into the sideline of the Huskies. And this will be marked off at around the 28-yard line. That's where the drive will begin for the Knightdale Knights. We're underway. Friday night rivals from Wake Forest. Knightdale football when we come back. Oh, beautiful sunsets in Wake Forest, North Carolina. Could not be a more perfect night for high school football, especially with what we all endured last week here in the Triangle and over toward the coast with Hurricane Ian. It's 76 degrees. Humidity is practically 0. No mosquitoes on the field that I saw. And Knightdale will take over. Dropping back on 1st down. Montague being chased, harassed, and finally taken down back inside the 30-yard line. Excellent pursuit. 7-yard loss on the sack, and about 5 different members of the Heritage defensive line got in the backfield quickly.
A very athletic group for the Huskies. Good initial burst up the middle, and then 4 different guys come over. It's a good job flowing to the football.
That's Deontay Cunningham off of that defensive line as we take a look at the starting lineups brought to you by Air Experts Heating and Cooling, the offense for the Knights.
Well, important tonight for the offensive line to set the edge in the running game and protection for Montague.
So on 2nd and very long, just trying to pick up some positive yardage. And that's Isaiah Brake. As we take a look at the Heritage defense again, sponsored by Air Experts Heating and Cooling.
Well, very athletic back 7. Walls Clark, the head coach, calls the defensive plays, so he's very involved and he feels really good about this unit and how they played so far this year.
And this one is going to go against Heritage. Looked like the defensive end on the right side anticipating the snap, anticipated incorrectly. But it will not create a 1st down. It was 3rd and about 9. Now it's 3rd and 4. So Jonathan Montague brings it down, hands it off, driving forward just about a yard short to the 1st down before he was driven back by a trio of Husky defenders. And that will bring up 4th down. So Drake about a yard short. Glance to the sideline by Montague. They're curious about going here on 4th down. The offense stays on the field.
Watch his zone read. Montague dangerous with his legs. He's in the shotgun. We'll see if this is just to try to get the Huskies offside or if they run a play.
Oh, the play is live. And this is Brake, and Brake's not going to get it. Tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Well sniffed out by Charlie Phoebus, number 50. And how about that for an early 1st quarter plot twist?
Well, you like the aggressiveness, the confidence that your offense can pick it up. And the interior of the defensive line for Heritage, they just loaded things up. Everybody playing the run. It was a zone read and multiple guys coming in for the play. Good job now. You set up Bradley Fournier, offensive coordinator for Heritage. here with great field position for this offense to start the drive.
And Jacob Holloway in on that stick as well. So now plus field position here for Heritage on their second drive of the game. This one starts at the 43-yard line. Crutchfield gives it off. Adair tries the right corner and gets spilled right at the line of scrimmage. Well, if you go for it on 4th and 1 in negative territory, Jay, you're putting a lot of faith in your defense, which is fairly banged up. But Randy Ragland giving his defense a vote of confidence.
Well, and I think that's a vote of confidence for your offense that you can pick it up. It was just a better job by Heritage there with their interior pressure. And now for Heritage, you have to take advantage of this opportunity. Ball around the 43-yard line. This is a really good running game for the Huskies. With Crutchfield back at quarterback as well, he adds that element to the position, and along with Adair.
Low snap. Crutchfield hands off and ripped and pinwheeled down behind the line of scrimmage. That one was read by Keyshawn Harvey. He was in the backfield almost when the handoff occurred.
Harvey's a force. Number 42, look at how low he stays, just beats the blocks, double team up front. His pad level staying low. Is the burst. I mean, for a big guy, he has the quickness that you want. 6'3", 310 pounds. He's an outstanding player, great kid. Makes plays all over the field.
Extraordinarily nimble. Loss of 4, 3rd and 14. Crutchfield, second pass attempt. He's harassed, gets it off. Was the knee down on the reception into the outside? It won't matter. Well short of the first down. And they are the defense for Knightdale is playing the run hard in the box, forcing Crutchfield in just his first start ever as a quarterback to throw the football.
Well, and that was a good recognition by Knightdale. Seeing the screen, getting pressure, but also staying at home on the backside. There was nowhere to go with the ball, and the offense doesn't get the first down, but the defense does the job, comes in and supports them.
And so despite failing on 4th and 1 in Husky territory, Knightdale will not be penalized. Punt team on the field one more time. Timeout taken by Knightdale with 5:35 left in the opening quarter. Second punt of the evening coming up for Heritage. Scoreless on Friday Night Rivals from Husky Stadium.
We're in immediate timeout. If you wouldn't mind,
0-0 score midway through the opening quarter for Husky Stadium on the campus of Heritage High School. Look at Wallace Clark, and this has been already a lot of pawns are moving on the board in this opening quarter. Some more guys are going down. Some opportunities have been missed. And now Heritage on to punt it away for the second time in 2 possessions. Line of scrimmage right at midfield. And this second punt is much better than the first one. Fair catch signaled for and made around the 15-yard line by Michael Pennell. So Knightdale got away with a gamble. 4th and 1, did not get it. Handed the football over deep in Heritage territory, but the defense held tall. And now Knightdale back on offense for the second time.
Well, Knightdale is an offense that's had big plays this season with Montague's arm strength, tall wide receivers on the outside. That's going to be the challenge in the secondary for the Huskies. In the first drive, though, they had pressure. Their front 7 got into the backfield. There was nowhere to run in the running game, and also Montague didn't have a lot of time.
So here we go, first down for Knightdale, second offensive series of the game for the Knights. And Montague on the give. And finally a little surge by the offensive line that's been a little bit going on some pretty major adjustments over the last week or so. And we'll address that here in a moment. Let's go downstairs to Alexa Kay, who has some news on Colson Fields for Heritage.
Yeah, thanks, guys. So he is on the sidelines, kind of pacing back and forth with his helmet in his hand, and his sideline people are telling me that it's his ankle that's bothering him, and it's been bothering him this week a little bit, but I think that he's been trying to play, and it's just not holding up for him, but we'll see what he's going to do tonight. Back to you guys.
First down carry for Isaiah Brake. We were talking about this Knightdale offense with Coach Randy Ragland before the game. He's had to move some guys around the offensive line. Their 2 top wide receivers are out, one with a broken leg, one with a broken collarbone. They hope to get them back. Their secondary is very thin, but offensively, how do they make the adjustments to put some points up tonight?
Well, and that's the tough part. You have guys that are reserved stepping into roles, and then also guys moving positions against a great defense in Heritage. So, how do you do it? I think you you've got to take some shots down the field because it's going to be hard to methodically move it down the field just because there isn't that chemistry. So you got to get some big plays over the top.
Quick pass left side. Montague connects, but right on top of that play is DJ Curitan. Curitan down.
Yeah, he reads this. Ball quickly goes to the outside. No hesitation. Curitan comes up, run support, and also wide receivers. You catch the ball, there's nowhere to go in number 7.
So now 3rd and long for Knightdale. And again for Knightdale with the new head coach, with 9 new coaches within this program. New terminology, new scheme, new system, and not a lot of massive game experience for the returners into this program. But they like where they are at this stage. A little time to pass, and now that little pass to the left side is connected around the 30 and then thrown down around the 33-yard line. That will be short of a first down by about 5 or 6 yards. Trevor Person on the tackle, and now we'll see if Knightdale finally kicks it away.
Well, 3rd and 13. Montague was looking to go deep down the center of the field. Good coverage on the back end. It's just about yards after the catch now. That's easier said than done going against this defense. But the yak, after you get the ball, is going to be important tonight. But Heritage comes over and makes the play and gets off the field.
Micah Sumter will kick it away, and Brandon Crutchfield, who plays the defensive secondary, now he's making a start at quarterback. It's going to be the punt returner as well here for Heritage. As Sumter, one of the biggest punters you're ever going to see, sends it straight in the air. And this will land at the 43-yard line and pick up about 4 more yards before it comes to a halt. So 3rd possession for Heritage will begin. This one will start in their own territory. 2nd time that's been the case. No points on the board yet.
Well, and for Heritage coming out on this drive, they've had success on the ground. And Adair's been a big part of that now in the last drive. Knightdale, you're really loading the box, kind of putting that extra defender in there for run support.
Well, now let's talk about this Heritage offense, because they've generally been led by Lex Thomas, the NC State commit who got injured. No word on when he could return. He won't play tonight, so Crutchfield gets the start for Heritage. And I can't imagine the playbook is all that deep with him on the field. Out of the gun, handoff to the right side. This is Jacob Lambert. And Lambert gets around the corner, but stopped right at the line of scrimmage. So what does that do for the game plan now for Knightdale's defense, understanding that Crutchfield probably does not have a deep amount of experience as a quarterback?
Well, and for Knightdale's defense, the focus is, okay, listen, especially early on, we've got to stop the run. Let's stop the run and then see how this game unfolds, whether we want to bring different blitzing schemes. But I'll tell you, there's so many great athletes for Heritage, and Crutchfield is a great player on the defensive side and offensive side. When he split out wide receiver, comes into the quarterback position to fill in for Lex Thomas, who's going to state bright future for the Wolfpack, and an opportunity for him to play a new position, but he's got the skills to compete.
Play fake, little reverse pivot, nice pass, thrown inside the 45-yard line, down to about the 42. Terrific touch on that pass from Crutchfield, connecting with Adair out of the backfield.
Great play call by the offensive coordinator, Bradley Fournier, getting Crutchfield out of the pocket. They were playing the run. He recognized it, gets him outside. Nice accurate throw, but good call and execution by Heritage.
A full stretch, both hands on that one for Adair. That makes it now a manageable 3rd down for the Huskies. 3rd and a short 5. Inside 2 minutes for the quarter. Low snap again. And breaking through, first down yardage to almost the 30-yard line by Lambert. Stayed low, was patient, and then fired through a hole on the left.
Jacob Lambert, physical running back. He waits for the offensive line, power play, and then bursts through the hole. Again, I like how he finishes off the run, falling forward, staying low, and the deep backfield group, 6 feet tall, 180, good size, only a junior.
NC DPS first down. Lambert again zigzagging through, finds a seam and tumbles forward close to the 15. That's going to be about 17 more for Lambert.
You said it, zigging and zagging. Watch the vision. There's a counter play. Lambert sets up towards the left, goes to the right side, then sees the hole develop, goes back towards the left. You talk about the talent with Adair, Lambert, Crutchfield, all three of those guys running the ball.
Now from the 17-yard line, bomb, pumps free. Crutchfield dives after it, and he will not get it. So Knightdale forces the turnover and dodges a bullet as Heritage was just moving into the red zone.
And that's why it's so important to always hustle to the ball. In Knightdale, this ball goes on the ground. And the ball just kind of slips out. Nice tip, and then it's Harvey that jumps on it. Perfect position. Now the defense, they gave up a couple big plays, but there's big number 42. We saw him jump into the backfield, getting sacks already, and then now making a play to get off the field.
I tell you what, I know the Crutchfield family very well. You know how athletic the Crutchfield kids are. You're down to your quarterback too, and Crutchfield was diving after that ball against about a 310-pounder. You don't want to lose him, because then where do the Huskies offense go? But Crutchfield took a little bit of a shot. He's fine, and he's back on the field playing defense here as Knightdale takes over on the game's first turnover.
Losing games, go be a captain. That'll help. How they gonna fire a captain?
So Montague, with 1:17 to go in the opening quarter, will give it, and minimal yardage maybe to the 20.
On Heritage, there's no down lineman. Everybody was standing up, kind of moving around. Nobody had their hand in the grass, just giving a different look to the Knightdale offensive line. We'll see if they do it here again on this play, but they're going to change up their play calls. Wallace Clark, head coach, he calls the defensive plays, and see it again. Everybody moving around pre-snap.
Just a couple for break on that first down carry. And now Montague under pressure again, throws over the middle underneath, connects, spinning forward, still on his feet, and it's break out to about the 40, nearly the 40-yard line. And that's plenty for a first down for Knightdale.
And Randy Ragland, the head coach, he calls the offensive plays, and then he sees the screen opportunity with everybody moving around pre-snap, calls the screen, throws it over the top to elude the pressure. Good job recognizing the blitz coming, throws it. Drake does a nice job yards after the catch.
And now straight up the middle for a couple yards out to about the 41, maybe 42. And you can see what the game plan is here for Knightdale. A couple of big weapons on their wide receiving core, short with injuries. Trying to get Montague to get the ball as often in any way possible to Isaiah Brake. Likely the last play of this opening quarter. And that will go for a yard or so. And done with one at Heritage. A 0-0 game. Knightdale on its first real offensive pursuit of the night. Both teams 5-1, winless in conference play. It's a big one tonight in Wake Forest. West Shore Home Friday Night Rivals presented by Air Experts Heating and Cooling. Descending to Wake Forest, North Carolina tonight. Second conference game of the next 6 for both Knightdale and Heritage. Scoreless opening quarter, which featured 3 punts, 1 failed conversion on 4th down, and 1 turnover. And it's Knightdale in possession to begin the second quarter on a 3rd and short, but 3rd and short is going to become 3rd and longer after an illegal procedure on a wide receiver that goes against Knightdale's Michael Pennell on the outside.
Well, and tonight, right now, the defense is doing a good job. It's going to be penalties, turnovers, explosive plays. That's what this ball game is going to come down to. These 3rd and shorts, with the penalty now 3rd and long. You've got to find a way to play a clean game and limit those penalties.
I can tell, though, Pennell is going to run a perfect route, though, right there.
Coming off fast.
He was eager. 3rd and 9 now. A line to reach is the 48 for the Knightdale Knights. Montague will throw. Pressure coming quickly, and down he goes. And did the ball come loose? Heritage thinks it did. The referee comes in, has not signaled yet, and yes, there it is. Fumble forced. And Heritage recovers. That's Jacob Holloway. He's had a very impressive first half.
The young sophomore, so much talent. Number 58, always around the ball. A nice hit initially. Dante Whitehead, number 51, coming off the edge. Perfect technique. Stays low. Knocks the ball with his right arm as he wrapped it around. And then multiple guys swarming to the football. Wallace Clark very happy with his defense.
Fourth series for Heritage, third one that begins in Knightdale territory. And this is Adair to about the 30-yard line, pickup of 3.
And I like how offensive coordinator Bradley Fournier is mixing in the running game. We've seen outside runs, jet sweep, power runs, and then the field's out of the ball game. Still excellent depth in the backfield. Their star running back right now with that ankle, multiple guys have to step up, and Adair has done it as well as Crutchfield and Lambert.
DJ Curtin to the bottom of your screen on 2nd and 7. Resetting the formation, the heavy side to the right. Direct snap, Crutchfield sprints toward the sideline, tries to turn the corner, steps out of tackle. Crutchfield still on his feet and finally going to be dragged down inside the 10. Look at the power by Crutchfield. An absolute determination not to be tackled.
You see the determination finishing it off. Watch the athleticism. Crutchfield gets this ball, no hesitation. He's going. And then down the sideline, should have been tackled a couple times. The jump cut back to the inside, and then he keeps his legs churning, fighting for other yards, reading the blocks on the outside. Such an impressive run.
That was 1 on 5, and one was winning. And now inside the red zone on 1st and goal. And down inside the 5-yard line. Inside the CFNC red zone for the first time tonight, College Foundation of North Carolina helping plan, apply, and pay for college. 2nd and goal from about the 4.
And the offensive line for Heritage getting in a groove. This drive, we've seen different guys carry the ball. There's push up front. This is a talented, aggressive unit. Offensive line, you know, and that's what you've got to have. Winning in the trenches is so important. They've got good skill guys, but the O-line, the depth there is important.
And this is Adair, and he's going nowhere. Knightdale again recognizes that one. And Crutchfield will come to the sidelines for the play call. Adair may have lost a yard. Now, one thing to keep in mind over the course of this game already, Jackson Brooks is the center for Heritage. They're coming out of the shotgun the entire time. We've seen some low snaps. You have a fairly inexperienced quarterback. You're inside the 5-yard line. You don't want to have another mistake if you're the Heritage offense here.
Can they kick a field goal?
So Crutchfield taking his time, calling out the play.
Go for it. Just pin them back there.
3rd and goal for Heritage. And the ball is spotted at about the 7-yard line. And there is a bouncing snap. Crutchfield up with it, sprints to the sideline, turns the corner, reaches for the pylon, and short. Creative again by Crutchfield. Boy, there's an extra gear in his feet.
He has the burst. Watch, keeps his eyes up to thread the pass and then takes off.
And there's the
There it is, so
step
close.
out right there, very close. But good handles because that snap skidded through the grass and Crutchfield handled it cleanly. 4th and goal for Heritage, and they will go for it. Offense stays on the field. Pistol formation. Now it looks like they may call a timeout, and Heritage will, just to talk it over with 9:10 to go in the opening quarter. They're on the welcome mat of the door, scoreless with 9:10 left in the first half. It's a 4th and goal for the Huskies when we come back. Fourth and goal coming up for the Heritage Huskies. Ball just outside the 1-yard line. Decision here as Wallace Clark called a timeout. You have Crutchfield making his first start of his high school career here today. Haven't seen a lot, Jay, the running game moving laterally. Are you keeping the ball in Crutchfield's hands here?
Yeah, and he's the guy that's brought you down the field on this drive, and they're spread out right now. 3 wide receivers, 1 back. They have a tight end as well, so we'll see if he keeps the ball.
Adair to his right. Crutchfield calls his number, angles in untouched. And the Huskies have the game first lead. And it is Crutchfield.
Well, and I love the aggressive mindset. 4th and goal. Wallace Clark says offense, let's get in the end zone. Offensive coordinator Bradley Fournier keeps the ball in his playmaker's hands. Outstanding call off the right side, leaving it with number 16, trusting him. And Crutchfield earns the touchdown, moving the ball down the field. Good reads, waiting for his offensive line to set up. A good job getting the first touchdown of the game.
Crabtree Mall touchdown. 1 yard touchdown run by Brandon Crutchfield. Crabtree Mall, your go-to destination for fashion and food for 50 years. Shop, dine, and explore their 200-plus stores and restaurants in the heart of Raleigh. Extra point good, and Crutchfield gives Heritage a 7-0 lead early stages of this first half, and now that he's had 4 possessions under his belt, how's he feeling?
I think he's feeling great, especially the way the last drive ended. Kind of getting into a groove. He just looked more relaxed, making good decisions in the running game. Little snaps that he was able to pick up, and that's important for them to get that initial score. So now you've got a 7-point lead. Your defense is playing outstanding. You've got a quarterback that's making plays.
A reminder, fans, stay tuned for the Campbell University halftime report. We'll have this week's Tatum and Atkinson Scholar athletes participating school interviews with the principals, highlights, and more. Campbell University School of Engineering, where engineering is for everyone. Don't forget about our undergrad open house on October 15th. That was the first real fluid-looking, sustained drive by Heritage tonight. And certainly they want to get a Darren Lambert involved, but right now Crutchfield seems to be your best offensive option.
Well, and there wasn't an answer for his speed. That burst that we saw in the last drive, his ability to stay patient and then take off. And for Knightdale, you had that interior, those runs kind of sealed up, but the perimeter stuff that Crutchfield showed on the last drive, you got to kind of find a way to seal him in and cut off the edges and force him back to the middle.
We're at American Military University kickoff. AMU, the #1 provider of higher education to the U.S. military. And the kick end over end, but short, returnable for Knightdale. Full head of speed beyond the 30 and out to almost the 35-yard line. And very good field position for Knightdale. A return by Sam Thomas. So that's where this drive will begin for Knightdale.
They are at the 33-yard line.
Knightdale has not had a winning conference season over the last 4 years. They went 1-4 last year. That's one of the assignments for Randy Ragland, is to kind of return this still very young school in the Triangle back to into a competitive, and they want to be competitive for conference championships and go deep into the state playoffs. It is a work in progress for Knightdale. And on first down, carry off the right side almost to the 40-yard line.
For Knightdale, you start off 5-1. We were talking with Randy Ragland pregame just about the depth of the Northern Athletic Conference, and for each team in this ball game and also the whole league, when you're in this conference week in, week out, you're getting a tough test. You're preparing yourself for the playoffs, and his team, with that hot start, the talent that they're going to face this year, they're going to be a force once they get to playoff time.
Montague stepping back, trying to spin away, and he is taken down in the backfield. And that's Dante Whitehead, who's had another very impressive opening half for this defense for the Huskies.
Whitehead goes right up the middle, shoves his man, and then you see that quickness, how he closes on Montague. That's so tough, that interior pressure for quarterbacks. If it's on the edge, you can at least see it up the middle. It's so tough to get out of the way.
Lost back to the 27-yard line. So the senior Whitehead creates a 3rd and 16. Now Montague, big arm. Coach Ragland said there's not a throw that he can't make on this team. But again, they're down 2 very important receivers. And he's out of the gun, and he will see some more pressure right up the middle. Steps away, cuts it back, and then lost his balance. Might have been nudged a bit off balance right before he found some open terrain. And it'll be a punting situation for Knightdale.
Well, Heritage gets pressure. This is only 4 guys coming. Everybody's kind of mixing around, jumping around pre-snap, and then only 4 Huskies come. Everybody else drops into coverage. But it's the disguise that makes it so tough for the offensive line.
So no reply for Knightdale. And just one kind of follow-up comment to what you're talking about with Knightdale and the injuries in this league. This is not a league where you want to be losing guys week to week once you get in conference play, because you're talking Wake Forest, you're talking Rollsville, you're talking Millbrook, and then you're talking the postseason.
Yeah,
and you may not have enough guys left by the time you get there. Pressure, and this punt just off, and it will land just in front of Wrighton and down around the 45-yard line by Knightdale. So Heritage on the touchdown run by Brandon Crutchfield, up 7 and back in possession midway through the first half. $7-0 lead for the Heritage Huskies on top of the Knightdale Knights. Tonight's iteration of West Shore Home Friday Night Rivals, presented by Air Experts Heating and Cooling. Patrick Keenis, Jay Sonehalter, Alexa Kay down on the sidelines. So Heritage football back. It has not been a very aesthetically pleasing first half offensively, but the opportunities mostly have belonged with Heritage. Turnover cost them near the red zone midway through the first quarter. A touchdown drive, their next touch. Now Crutchfield back in the field. He's been their best offensive weapon so far. This drive, again, another short field here for the Huskies. Starts at the 45. And penalty marker drop down. This will go on the Huskies. Impressed with how the Knightdale defense, though, has played here tonight so far, Jay.
Well, each defense, what I see is athleticism, team speed, and that's what you figure with each team, 5-1. You know, we know that they can score points. Both offenses are explosive. If you want to be a championship team, how's your defense going to play? And I've been really impressed with what I've seen so far.
So now backed up on the penalty at the 40-yard line. A little jet sweep around the right side, and this is Person, and really nowhere to go. Good pursuit by Lomax and Davis.
Linebacking group. Lomax, Davis, they read their keys, running play to the outside, and then they go immediately to the perimeter. Good job flowing to the football.
And this will now be a 2nd and long after the penalty. Now a loss of a couple of more yards. Second and 19 right now for Heritage. But again, I guess you shouldn't be surprised right now that these offenses are struggling. If you're a Heritage, you're out there without Lex Thomas, your senior quarterback. You've been without Colson Field since the opening play of the game. And this is Lambert tumbled down across the 40-yard line. He'll pick up about 5, but still 3rd and long. And then for Knightdale, you're playing without your wide receivers of Jason Dickerson and Javon Allensworth, who have 3 touchdowns between them and about almost 300 receiving yards between the two. They're gone for several weeks, so it's turned into a defensive affair, which I'm assuming both coaches kind of figure this game might morph into tonight. 3rd and 14. Crutchfield runs away from pressure and escorts this out of bounds shy of the 40. Just wanted to make sure he didn't make a mistake with the football there, and now Heritage will kick it away.
Well, with so many guys out with injuries, the coordinators are going to have to kind of really find the strengths, and that's why Bradley Fournier and Randy Ragland calling the plays for each team. There's Wallace Clark, but that's what makes them such outstanding play callers. It's the ability to use the talent that's available to them and find ways to win, find ways to get explosive plays with whatever your personnel is.
Rico Allison on for the 3rd time. Michael Padell back. And this one kind of squirts through the air and takes the Knightdale bounce toward the sideline. And this will be the best starting position the Knightdale has had all night long, right around the 40-yard line.
When 5:10 left, the first half, this half going very quickly with all the running plays. And the message right now in the huddle, Randy Ragland talking to his team, let's get a drive going, let's win up front, and they need some momentum as we get closer to the halftime break.
And we talked with Randy Ragland before the game, the head coach in his first year here with Knightdale, along with losing some key offensive weapons on the outside. He's had to shuffle around his offensive line. They call up Noe Gomez, a sophomore, to start on the offensive line today. And a couple of guys are playing out of position, and we've seen results of that with the intense kind of penetration we've seen from the defensive line from the Huskies. First down. They keep it on the ground. And a good first down carry for about 8 yards for Isaiah Brake.
Brake's a really talented running back. A good job on first down. So important to get off to a good start. Zone read. Waits for the offensive line. His tight end to set up the block. Goes right up the middle. It was Khalil Sanders led the way.
Brake again, bursting through, staying low, and he's into Husky territory. That will move the chains for a myspot.nc.gov. First down, your spot for COVID-19 protection. First down for Knightdale. Knightdale will get the ball on the other side of halftime. 4:40 left. They churn up some time, get some points on the board. I think as a head coach, that's what you're looking for here. Montague looks to the right side and overshoots his man on the sideline.
Crutchfield in coverage. He's not coming off the field, Patrick.
Yeah, Crutchfield's like one of those guys in a baseball game, last game of the year. Right. Hey, coach, can I play all 9 positions? Catch the first inning, pitch the second, then play the other 7. We've seen Crutchfield as a quarterback, a safety last year, cornerback on the defensive side, and even a punt returner. Again, Montague gets some air underneath once. Pennell, and just over his fingertips. Late flag, though, fired in. And this is going to go on Heritage. That was a very well thrown ball by Montague. Pennell diving into the sideline, didn't get his fingertips on it, but pass interference going on Heritage. And that's the first real major penalty of the game. Jay, we'll see if you agree.
They look down the field trying to get the big play. Not much contact.
A 15-yard penalty, interference, ball was happening.
They're both fighting for the ball.
I didn't see contact on the last step unless it happened a couple of steps prior to the break. But I think Knightdale catches a break here. First down after the penalty. Dancing around, dodging pressure. Montague throwing forward back around the line of scrimmage.
Montague keeps it.
Now we're beginning to see a little shift in the offensive philosophy for the Knights. They're now looking to the right arm of Montague.
Well, they have to have the protection up front in order to take those plays and keep him protected, but also take those shot plays, and it's his presence in the pocket that can at least get him movement up front.
Montague again wants it all for Pennell and overshoots him by about 4 or 5 yards.
Pass intended for Michael Pennell, incomplete.
And Pennell immediately kind of looks back in the direction of his quarterback. And one interesting conversation we had with Randy Ragland before the game is he said, we don't have a deep playbook. Our receivers basically can run 3 different routes on the same play. The quarterback has to read what the receivers are reading. Explain.
Well, it's a play call where there's a lot of trust in your quarterback and wide receivers that when they read the defense, they've got to be on the same page, because if the coverage is slanted a certain way, then you're going to run one route, where if it's played a different way, then you're going to run a different route. So a lot of trust in his players' hands to make the right decisions and execute.
All right, 3rd down and 10 from the 32-yard line. Bringing down a high snap. Montague fires the right sideline. Fingertip catch made with feet in bounds. They were. Now it's going to be a question of a spot. And it looks like we're going to mark him maybe a yard and a half shorts. But a manageable 4th down for the Knights.
Tough catch by Tylen Davis. Goes up for it.
Should be 4th down.
4th and short.
And less than 2. Well, they went on 4th and 1 in their own territory. They're definitely going for this with 3:33 left. Now in Husky territory, down a touchdown. So the offense stays on the field for Randy Ragland. Montague out of the gun. The weight of the formation to the right. And Montague dances through, has the first down. He's inside the 20. And this drive shaping up pitch perfect for the Knightdale Knights late in the first half.
So Montague making the right decision Little zone read fake, but this is quarterback all the way, and then he goes right up the middle, and the interior of the offensive line sets the edge.
And on first down carry, driving inside the 10 and down to about the 5-yard line. Big play there by Isaiah Brake.
Brake does a nice job reading the offensive line, clearing the path. I mean, just a great job of staying patient, a huge hole to run through.
So now first and goal inside the CFNC red zone. College Foundation of North Carolina helping plan, apply, and pay for college. First and goal. And very close for Montague, and then stood up. And now they say he just didn't break the plane to the goal line. Touchdown for Knightdale. Late gesture. But Montague takes it in. It's a 7-6 lead for Heritage. And that's the drive the doctor ordered.
A really good response from Knightdale. This was Montague's drive. Again, right up the middle, quarterback all the way. They started off the drive with 5:10 left on the clock. They wanted momentum. Now they have it. Looking to tie up this ballgame. But Montague, we've seen the strong arm, but he's a talented runner as well.
And Edwin Rodriguez for the extra point. Bangs it through. And that is an impressive drive for Montague and the Knightdale Knights. That pass interference call played big, but Knightdale's offense has come alive, and they've drawn level late in the first half.
Well, and each quarterback now getting involved in the running game, and it's paying off. Crutchfield scores a touchdown, Montague as well. Now Heritage, plenty of time, 2:40. Got the 2 timeouts to get a drive before the halftime break, but that's a nice response from Knightdale, driving the ball down the field.
All right, stay tuned again. The Campbell University halftime report coming up in just a couple of minutes. This week's Tatum and Atkinson Scholar athletes, some interviews with participating principals, and highlights and more. Campbell University School of Engineering, where engineering is for everyone. Don't forget about their undergrad open house coming up on October the 15th. That is at halftime. Again, Knightdale gets the football on the other side of halftime, so now the task pretty simple for the Knights. Defense get a stop over these last 2:40. And Knightdale's going to head into halftime with a lot of confidence if they can get it done here. American Military University kickoff. AMU, the #1 provider of higher education to the U.S. military. Line drive kick skids down and around the goal line, retrieved in the end zone for a touchback.
Jamie Branch, number 82, is back there on the return.
Well, now this is, to me, this is interesting here, Jay, because it's 7-7, late first half. Crutchfield, you don't know how many reps he has had since the injury that took down Lex Thomas. You have a 2-minute offense. You have enough time to score points here. How aggressive will you be, though? And this drive will start right at the 20-yard line. So Crutchfield on the give. Adair swings to the outside, finds room at the sideline, and there he goes to midfield and finally cut down. Big run by Tyler Adair, the senior tailback, for 33 and a first down.
Watch Carter Alls, number 77, the right tackle, and then the tight end, number 80. Jack O'Connell clears out the path. Adair does the rest. Nice job on the perimeter with those blocks, and then Adair with his speed creates the big play on the ground.
And a myspot.nc.gov first down, your spot for COVID-19 protection. Markers come in just prior to the snap. And this will go against the Huskies. 2 timeouts left. 2:17 remaining in this first half of a tie game.
Still first down.
It was interesting on that big run we just saw from Adair. After Crutchfield handed the ball off to Adair and saw him swing to the sideline, Crutchfield behind the play put his hand up to the sky as if he said that might go for a touchdown. He was that confident.
Calling the shot.
1st and 15. Crutchfield swings it to the right. Not a lot of room and takes a pretty heavy hit near the 40-yard line, but Crutchfield's up and picks up the penalty and more, and stops the clock at 2:01.
Well, and Heritage started off the drive with 2:37. You have the explosive play, back-to-back runs from Adair Crutchfield.
They picked up 40 yards.
Yeah, and then you have 2 timeouts. So now, really good field position, 2:01 with the timeouts. I mean, you don't have to play faster. You can take your time and stay patient.
All right, Lammer now to the right of Crutchfield. 4-receiver formation for the Huskies on 2nd down. This is Lambert picking his way to the left side, and he will get to about the 36. This will be close to the 1st down.
Number 25, the ball carrier.
And they will mark him just short.
Picks up about 2 or 3 on the
And no need to be in a hurry here for the Huskies on 3rd and 1. 4-down territory. You still have 2 timeouts. And Crutchfield doing a really good job of game management here. Runs forward to take the snap, finds room, cuts outside, and there goes Crutchfield down the left sideline, still on his feet. Crutchfield takes it home. On 3rd and 1, Crutchfield goes 36 for the touchdown, and the Huskies lead 13-7.
Well, 37 yards on the ground. Crutchfield did on the right side previous drive. This time right up the middle. Look at the vision of Crutchfield. The burst, he's so tough to bring down. The speed, make one man miss. And he's starting to get into a groove. The offense, back-to-back drives, 2 touchdowns led by Crutchfield.
That was a drive of 80 yards with 1 penalty against your offense in about 1:18. And Brandon Crutchfield, he's kind of coming into his own in his first ever high school start at quarterback due to the injury of Lex Thomas, who's an NC State commit. Crutchfield, just a junior, getting a lot of looks at a lot of different positions. This is an opportunity for him to kind of showcase his athleticism, which we've seen on full display tonight.
You see his ability. Also, the thing that I see is the level that you have to play with to know all those positions. I mean, he plays everywhere on the field. That's so tough to know the playbook for all these different positions. So he makes it look easy, but to have that ability to play all these different spots, that's so tough. And the coaches trust him, and he's out here making plays.
And I tell you what, Jay, had Colson Fields not gone down with an injury in the first play of the game plan is probably much different as far as the Huskies' approach to this one. But when he went down, suddenly it's Crutchfield, a little bit of Lambert, a little bit of Adair, trying to figure out who can be that offensive threat. It's become Brandon Crutchfield.
Well, Wallace Clark, and there's Crutchfield and Fields, those 2 guys, such good players. But with Clark, Bradley Fournier, the talented offensive coordinator, you've got to adjust to your personnel, and that's what makes Fournier so good at calling plays. Different guys in the lineup. You have Thomas who's going to state. He's not available tonight. And then now Crutchfield, Fields is out. So everybody that's come in has done their job. It's because of the play calling, putting these guys in position to succeed.
American Military University kickoff. AMU, a #1 provider of higher education to the U.S. military. Returnable kick. And this drive for Knightdale will begin right around the 25-yard line. 2 timeouts now for the Knights. Can they do the same that we just witnessed from the Heritage offense? 1:15 to go, and they're down by a touchdown once again.
Well, with the timeouts, you've got the ability to stop the clock twice, and Montague's arm strength. I think we're going to see them throw the ball deep, get a penalty, maybe you complete it, but they're going to have to play up tempo here now. It's going to be key for the offensive line to give Montague enough time to throw.
I haven't seen a lot going Parnell's way. Tylen Davis, they're the 2 top targeted receivers on this Knightdale offense this year. It's been a well-balanced offense for Knightdale so far. 11 touchdowns through the air, 11 touchdowns on the ground. Montague, a junior quarterback, took over as the starter for this Knightdale team last year, but again, a different system with a brand new head coach. Dropping back, pressure coming. Montague escapes, sprints up the right side near the 1st down marker and stops the clock. We've seen extra gears for a lot of these skill players tonight. Just when you think they're wrapped up, they dart away.
Well, and it's not only the athleticism, it's the awareness in the pocket. For Crutchfield, Montague, when they're feeling pressure, they know how to get away. They also know when to do it, and they keep their eyes downfield. Perfect timing for the big play.
A gain of 9, 2nd and short. Montague, 3-step drop, fires the sideline, and that will be good for a first down. Spun out of bounds at around the 44, and that's going to be the reception by Tylen Davis.
Randy Ragland using the short passing game. You protect your offensive line. Davis, a big physical wide receiver. Good route to pick up the first down.
And just chipping away at the field with 1:03 to go. MySpot.nc.gov, first down, your spot for COVID-19 protection. First down, Knightdale. Montague again slings it to the right sideline, coming back to it around the 46-yard line. Excellent hands again by Tylen Davis. Brought it in, foot inbounds, and they will spot him right close to the first down marker.
This is a tough catch as Crutchfield comes in and try to break it up. Look at his feet. That's good in the NFL. Holds on to the ball. Excellent execution.
A gain of 9. 2nd and 1. Now inside Husky territory. 58 seconds left in the half. And Montague getting into a rhythm. Sets up a screen, tries to spin away, can't take a sack, but he will. Holds on to the football. A massive loss all the way back to the 35-yard line. That is a 19-yard submission.
Well, and Heritage goes back to the look with nobody putting their hand in the dirt. Everybody moving around pre-snap. It caused confusion.
And now the Knights will take a timeout, leaves them with 1.
And that's exactly what Wallace Clark wanted. You get a sack, push them back. They have to use the timeout. Now they're behind the chains.
So 49 seconds left. So from a 2nd and short, so now 3rd and about 16. You're down by a touchdown. You're beginning to move the ball with regularity. How aggressive or conservative are you expecting Randy Ragland to be here, knowing you get the football on the other side of halftime?
Well, to me, I think they're going to be aggressive, and there's 2 play calls. I would either do a screen or you throw the ball deep. But you've got to have protection up front. It may be a situation where you get Montague back there, sit for a second, and just throw the straight go route, release the ball early to make sure you don't face the pressure. The biggest thing is, though, you can't take a sack and you can't have a turnover in this situation.
Well, it looked like they were trying to set up the middle screen on that last play.
Yeah, and the other thing for Heritage is if Knightdale doesn't get it, or if they keep the ball on the ground, you can call a timeout. You're going to give yourself one more opportunity, and also punt blocking unit can come out on the field.
All right, out of the gun. 16 yards to get on 3rd down. We'll see what they dial up. Montague, 3-man rush, now a 4th. Moves forward, spins away, dumps it off, and the catch is made short of the 40, but only that might be good for a yard. And it's 4th down. Clock is still ticking down, and we'll see if Wallace Clark is going to burn a timeout. I would. You have 2 left. But I'm with you. You can at least force pressure on the punt team if you choose. Otherwise, Knightdale's going to be thrilled to let this clock run out. So Wallace Clark evidently opting to sit on those 2 timeouts and take a 14-7 lead into halftime. So the clock's going to wind down. Knightdale will get the football when the 3rd quarter begins. All 3 touchdowns coming in the 2nd quarter, but a 36-yard touchdown run by Brandon Crutchfield inside the final minute and a half of the 2nd quarter gives a 14-7 lead to Heritage. Well, that was an interesting first half, Jay.
It was defensive battle first quarter. The offense is showing a lot in the 2nd quarter, so halftime break will have some adjustments here, but this is a close ball game.
All right, 14-7 lead for Heritage. Let's go downstairs to Alexa.
Hey guys, I'm down here with Coach Clark. Coach Clark, Crutchfield has been an absolute offensive weapon for you tonight. What can you say about his performance so far?
Well, as of right now, he's doing an extremely good job. You know, flopping him back and forth on offense and defense. You know, we just got to make sure he continues to stay healthy and get the water when he needs it.
Absolutely. What is your message going into the locker room?
Well, as of right now, you know, we're going to go in there and evaluate what we're doing on the offense side and the defense side of the ball. There's a good program over there, you know, and Coach Ragg, he got a lot of experience. And as of right now, we're just going to get with the coaches and see what we come up with next half.
Good luck. Thank you for your time. Back to you guys in the booth.
All right, thanks, Alexa. A couple of touchdown runs by the backup and now starting quarterback for Heritage, Brandon Crutchfield, for 1 and then 36. And a 14-7 lead for Heritage at halftime. The Campbell University halftime report is coming up.
You're watching the Campbell University halftime report. And now it's time for the Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week. Presenting the award for Tatum and Atkinson is John Hummel.
Tatum and Atkinson is proud to present the Friday Night Rivals Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week. From Knightdale High School, the Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week is Michael Pinnell. Michael is the football team's starting receiver and defensive back, a multi-year football letter winner, and carries a 4.31 GPA. Michael is academic all-conference and is a member of National Honor Society. From Heritage High School, the Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week is Charlotte Wakefield. Charlotte is cross-country team captain, a conference champion, a state qualifier, and carries a 4.58 GPA. Charlotte is a member of National Honor Society, National Science Honor Society, and National English Honor Society. Charlotte also volunteers for Relay for Life and the Food Bank of Central and Eastern North Carolina and represented Heritage at Wake Forest Youth Leadership Academy.
Congratulations to our Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week.
This All-Star is now entered for a $5,000 scholarship at the end of the season. Tatum and Atkinson. Injured in a wreck? Call the heavy hitters.
Congratulations to our Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athletes. And I am privileged to have Knightdale Principal Richardson down here with me. How are you doing tonight?
Doing great, doing great. It's a beautiful night for football.
It is. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with your school or any events that you want to share with us tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Knightdale High School, we're celebrating Countdown to College month. So next week we have College and Career Fair. We're celebrating homecoming as well next week, so come on out next Friday at 7 o'clock. But we're excited to help our students get ready for their post-secondary goals.
That's amazing. What does it mean for the community for us to be out here with you guys tonight?
Absolutely. So Knightdale High School Heritage has a long history of playing together. It's one of our rivals, but our biggest rival is East Wake. But it's always a fun night. We love Scott Lions and the Heritage Huskies, and it's always a fun night, and hopefully we'll pull out the win tonight.
Yes, good luck. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and stay with us on Friday Night Rivals. We'll be right back.
Campbell University halftime report continues. Heritage 14, Knightdale 7. Tonight, week 7 in North Carolina high school football, so a little more than halfway through the season. But in this state and all across the country, some big games and big moments already. And here are some of those from our Friday Night Rivals season's action.
4-down territory, Sonny?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, it's picked off, and it's going to be 6 the other way. What a night for Sonye. His third pick, his second touchdown. We're going to go with the halfback throw here. It's deep downfield. Hart has the man at the 12, caught down to the 5. In their proud century-plus existence. Here's a throw on first down. Oh, it's bounced up and caught. Wow. What a grab.
Stone King back in at fullback.
He'll get it. He'll burst through and stay on his feet. 10-5, touchdown.
Littleton on the run, zings it down, caught.
Touchdown, Titans.
But if you've got the mindset you want to take a shot.
They are. Unleashes, and it's going to be intercepted. Blue taking it down the sideline.
Knifes it in at the 20, making a move. He's going to take it in for the score.
Jay, who knew? I missed so many great moments over our first 6 weeks of high school football. Glad to be back. 14-7 our halftime score. Heritage leading Knightdale. And we'll take a look at some highlights from our first half here tonight. Jay, let's walk through what we've seen so far.
Well, in the first quarter, it was all defense. Heritage and Knightdale doing a good job on that side of the ball, and then the offenses started to get rolling. Crutchfield really did a nice job in the running game. Explosive plays, refusing to go down. They used him out on the perimeter, and he's such a leader. His team really fuels off of his big play ability. Got it down to the 1 yard line, and then gets it in right up the middle for the first score of the ball game.
Now, this is a 0-0 game through a quarter. That's the first of 2 touchdowns by Crutchfield. Then Knightdale began to kind of find its offensive footing.
Yeah, Tylen Davis, a couple nice catches on the outside. Montague got into a rhythm, and then the response, they go down the field, score a touchdown with a quarterback run, and then about 2:37 left on the clock. Heritage got this explosive play on the ground from Adair, got to around midfield, and then Crutchfield took over once again.
Yeah, that big run by Adair covered about 35 yards. That was the play that really changed how the final couple of minutes of this first half went. Led to that 36-yard touchdown run by Crutchfield. And to see the numbers, the rushing game, 153, most of that coming, though, from Crutchfield, who's in his first high school quarterbacking start.
Well, in the second quarter, they really got things going on the ground. The offensive line getting pushed up front. And over for Knightdale, they only had the 1 penalty. You had the 1 turnover, balance in their running and passing game. But in the second half, it's going to come down to turnovers, penalties, and explosive plays.
All right, Knightdale will get the football when the third quarter begins. We'll hear from head coach Randy Ragland on the messaging and the needs for the Knights when we come back. Third quarter right around the bend. 14-7, the halftime lead for Heritage. And our Alexa Kay is standing by with the first-year head coach of the Knightdale Knights, down a touchdown, Randy Ragland.
Yes, guys, I'm down here with Coach Ragland. Coach Ragland, thank you for joining us. What have you seen from your guys so far that's impressing you?
Well, defensively, we're playing really well up to that last drive there before the half, and we gave up the big plays there. Offensively, we're struggling right now. We got to help our defense out and play a little better offensively here in the second half.
Absolutely. What was your message coming out of the locker room?
Got to get offense. Bottom line, if we don't get offense going, we're in for a long second half here. So hopefully we get the ball here. We'll make something happen here.
Thank you so much, Coach Ragland, and good luck in the second half. Back to you guys in the booth.
All right, Alexa, thanks. Jay, to that point, how does the offense get unstuck?
Well, I think we saw Montague run the ball more. So I think the key for them is they've got to get him going in the running game like he did in the second quarter. And then the adjustment is up front, the offensive line. Maybe you have to keep a tight end running back chip. You've got to block to give him time to throw the ball down the field. But between Davis and Pinnell, those two guys need to be involved in post routes, deep goes, something explosive through the air.
But that means the offensive line has to figure out a way to at least give Montague an opportunity to get the ball downfield. But again, a lot of different parts and some guys are out.
Well, and this is a tough defense to really decipher if you're an offensive lineman for Knightdale, because they're moving around pre-snap. That's why I think maybe keep a tight end running back into chip block to help out Montague and give him time to throw the ball.
What have you learned about the Huskies so far tonight? I know it's hard to figure that out when they're playing without Lex Thomas and they've lost Colson Fields for likely the rest of the game. But what have you seen on the adjustments they've needed to make because of those absences?
Well, with the injuries, the next man up and guys stepping up, going into different positions. And Crutchfield, he's been the main guy filling in for Lex Thomas. He's come out here, played so well, protected the football, making plays on the ground, and leading his offense down for 2 touchdowns. And Wallace Clark has so much trust in him, and him along with other guys filling in. Colson Fields is out of this ball game as well. So Adair coming in, Lambert as well. Those guys doing the job, and there's Fields, still with his helmet on and walking gingerly.
With a limp.
Such a good player, as well as Carter.
And again, we talked at the top of the broadcast about just how daunting this conference is. We'll take Heritage as an example. They've already taken on Millbrook, lost last week. They're one of the top teams in the state. Next week, they're on the road at Wake Forest. That won't be easy. Then they get Wakefield on the road. Then they close out with Roseville.
Yep.
So if you're now looking like you're going to be without Thomas, and who knows how Fields will recover going into next week, I mean, this is a really important game for Heritage to close out.
Yeah, second half. I mean, for both teams, this is a big one. Heritage, home field advantage, homecoming. You got the lead. They feel good running the football here in the second half. That's going to be the name of the game. Running the ball, continuing to get drives on the ground, get that push up front, then your defense holding up again.
All right, so Heritage getting ready to kick off to begin the third quarter with a 14-7 lead. It was a 36-yard touchdown run late first half by Brandon Crutchfield to break the tie. Just after Knightdale had evened things up with about 2:40 left, and at that stage we're thinking if Knightdale gets the stop, they get the football, can grab a lead on the road. Boy, things change very quickly. The big Adair run, and then you get the payoff from Crutchfield from 36. So ready to go, the American Military University kickoff. AMU, the #1 provider of higher education to the U.S. military. Third quarter is underway, and this kickoff will check up in the back of the end zone. And a touchback for the Knights.
Through the end zone, a touchback, and it'll be first and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Well, we'll see if the message is received. There's Randy Ragland, who rarely even holds a sheet of plays for the offense because there are so few. There's a lot of trust in Jonathan Montague, but again, the message relayed to him on the offense, we have to figure out a way to move the chains, control the football, and put some points on the board. What are you looking for these first couple of possessions?
Well, offensive line. I mean, that's the #1 thing when we're watching here this drive. Watch the offensive line. And pass protection, also running the ball at their pad level.
Isaiah Brake in the backfield. He gets the call on first down. Bursted right in the middle. And there goes Isaiah Brake. 80 yards. First play of the third quarter. Message received.
Randy Ragland said, hey, I want some more juice out of the offense. First play, offensive line, A+.
He wasn't even touched.
Up front, what a path for Brake to run through. Hat on a hat, good leverage, and he is off.
That's the most explosive offensive play of the year for the Knightdale Knights. Untouched. Isaiah Brake, that's his 8th touchdown of the year. And the Knights are an extra point away from a tie. Goodness. Who saw that coming? Extra point, though, somehow squeezes inside the left upright. The snap was soft and high. Good job by the holder to get it down. And there are no breaks for Isaiah Brake. 80 yards. He splits right through the defense and ties the game. Crabtree Mall touchdown. Brought to you by Crabtree Mall, your go-to destination for fashion and food for 50 years. Shop, dine, explore their 200-plus stores and restaurants in the heart of Raleigh.
Well, and you need your seniors to step up, the leaders of your team. Brake, he's a senior, comes through out of the halftime break. On the road, you need a spark play. You need someone to create something. And Brake, along with the offensive line, does the job.
That took 11 seconds. That's a standing 8 count for the Heritage Husky defense.
You know, in the second quarter, though, we've seen each team score in the response from the opposing offense. So the flow of this ball game, first quarter, all defense. Second quarter and early part of the third, it's been the offenses getting into a rhythm.
All right, Edwin Rodriguez ready to kick it away for the Knights. American Military University kickoff. It is short. We'll take a low hop and collect it around the 11-yard line, across the 20 to the 30, and then spun down right around the 31-yard line. That's where Heritage will begin. Jamie Branch bringing that kickoff back. Pretty good field position for the Huskies. Well, now we'll see. That's a character test here for Heritage. Last-second instructions for Brandon Crutchfield, responsible for both touchdowns in the opening half for Heritage. Starting his first high school game as a quarterback tonight because of the injuries suffered by Lex Thomas. No word exactly on how long he will be out. The next week at Wake Forest, the week following at Jay's alma mater, Wakefield. Man in motion, marker comes in. This is either delay or legal procedure. It's a legal procedure.
There's a false start on the Huskies. It'll be a 5-yard penalty.
When you talk about the schedule, we'll be in the Northern Athletic Conference for the next 2 weeks. We'll see the whole conference with the Wakefield Millbrook and Roseville Wake Forest. Then we finish up Clayton Cleveland, that rivalry, which is always so much fun.
All right, well, speaking of Lex Thomas and the lineage to NC State following his 2 older brothers, Alexa Kay has more on Lex.
Yeah, guys, I spoke to Lex down here on the sidelines, and he said he had surgery on Tuesday, but he was going to be out for at least 6 months with that injury. Back to you guys.
Well, there you have it. This is now Brandon Crutchfield's team. First down carry for a couple.
Ball carrier is number 23.
Thomas threw for 30 touchdowns last year. His older brother Thayer is a wide receiver, graduate student at NC State. Drake, the linebacker, starter for the Wolfpack, junior. His dad was an offensive lineman at Marshall. They descended to North Carolina several years ago from West Virginia, and that's been a pipeline for Dave Dorn in the Wolfpack. Second down carry. And this is Adair fighting out to about the 35, sets up 3rd and 6.
Lex is a great player, great kid as well, and someone that's such a hard worker, and he's had an outstanding career here. It's going to be fun for him to go down to NC State and build his own path, and he's got great role models watching his brothers.
From the 35, 6 yards to go for Crutchfield and the Huskies, all of this sudden in a tie game. And that just accentuated clap is going to draw Alex Taylor into the neutral zone. And that should be enough. Well, it's going to bring up 3rd and about a yard. So not quite a first down. That's a savvy play by Crutchfield right there in his first start.
Very smart.
And he's not new to the position. He's just new to the starting position here.
Yeah, and he plays so many different positions. I mean, for him to move over to the quarterback position, I mean, again, so impressive to know the playbook and be able to run it.
On 3rd and 1, picks his way forward. And Knightdale ripping for the football. Crutchfield holds on to it, but he did not get the first down. That is a big defensive stop on 3rd and 1. And now we'll see how daring Wallace Clark wants to be. Punt unit is coming onto the field.
Casey McDaniels, defensive coordinator for Knightdale, his unit does the job. They can get off the field. They got the interior pressure. Not much room to run, and it's going to force you to get the touchdown by break, and then now your defense comes out and does the job.
This will now be the 4th punt of the night by Heritage. Dwayne Lee back to return for Knightdale. Snap a bit high. Left-handed boot, best of the nights. Grabbed to the 25 and immediately collared down right at the point of reception. Yusuf Halim on the special teams tackle, but Knightdale has the football. Shot at its first lead of the night on the road. 14-all early 3rd. all from Heritage. An 80-yard sprint by Isaiah Brake on the first play of the 3rd quarter has tied things up. And now the defense for the Knights force a punt, and suddenly Wallace Clark getting a little bit nauseated on the sideline for the Huskies. 14-all, defense back on the field to try and slow down Brake and Montague. Two and a half minutes gone by, 3rd quarter. Jonathan Montague will take that one for maybe a yard.
Down behind the line of scrimmage.
Another possible injury situation.
That's Halim, who just made that special teams tackle on that punt. So Aleem out of the game. And here is Brake, looking for room up the middle again. Covered this time by the interior defensive line. Couple of yards for Brake. Third down.
Third and long. Thinking a screen play if you're Randy Ragland. Zone read. Pretty good job in run support.
And Rostovian Wrighton has come onto the field. He's the corner at the bottom of the screen, replacing Crutchfield. He gets a play off on defense. This one is slung down the right side, and the receiver kind of broke stride. And a late marker is going to come in, and this is going to go against Heritage. Tylen Davis kind of was sprinting, then he slowed down. I'm guessing he maybe got held to break his stride. And Wallace Clark unhappy. Second big penalty against his defense. See a hold? See a grab?
Well, and the right arm, we'll see. Yep, there's the hold right on the left into Davis.
So that's against DJ Curtin. We'll move the football out to about the 41-yard line, but an automatic first down thanks to the penalty for Knightdale. 14 all. NCDPS first down. They will swing it out of the backfield. This is Brake. Sprints it outside the numbers. Stays in bounds. And is finally pushed out inside Heritage territory. Well, Brake slammed on the brakes. Let one defender sprint right past him.
It's a good call. Here he is.
Hup. And just did touch that white paint on the sideline.
He's a really good receiver, and I think we'll see him get the ball more in the second half through the year as an outlet.
And on first down, cutting it back to the left and tackle and tumble forward to the 40. That's almost 9 on first down. And suddenly now, Jay, we're beginning to see Knightdale chunk away on first down.
Well, the offensive line looks more comfortable. A lot of new faces up front, more rhythm. Those guys challenge at the halftime break. Randy Ragland told his offense, hey, we need to get it going. If we want to win this ball game, we have to play better. The O-line leading the way right now.
Second and short. Keeper Montague. Stiff resistance right at the 40, just as he was about to get a little bit ahead of steam. Charlie Phoebus there for the stop. And now third down. A yard and a half to go on third down here for Knightdale. Knights have not led all night. Trailed by a touchdown twice. Rallied 2 times to tie.
Watch potential zone read with Brake over to the left to Montague.
4 receivers on the formation. It is Brake. And Brake close to first down yards before he's driven back by 5 different Husky defenders. And it looks like he's going to be marked short.
It is a zone read. Montague has a choice to keep it. He hands it off to Brake. The interior pressure. They were playing the run. Multiple Huskies coming over to make the play.
Well, Knightdale has not been bashful about going forward and forward down. They will again.
Now, if you're Heritage, do not jump off sides. They could go with the hard count, take the penalty, and still punt it, so you have to be careful.
So a look at the sideline, but all the skill players for the Knights. Montague gestures with the right hand in front of his number 6 jersey. Out of the gun, and there's a jump, and there's going to be the penalty, and that will be an automatic first down, and the Huskies are barking at one another. It's exactly what you said they could not do, they did.
Well, and that's a smart play call by Randy Ragland. You go out there, whether you're going to run it or take the penalty, you use the hard count and see if you can get 5 easy yards. And it worked off. Excellent execution with Montague.
You're right
the
there.
Count.
Torrance Duckett, number 41.
And Randy Ragland putting that play in to go on 2. It paid off.
NCDPS first down. Go to ncdps.gov/careers and start your new career. First down, Knightdale. Montague dancing, dodging, and now he will throw on the run and just heave that into lane 3 on the track. The perimeter of this football field. I don't think that would have been a legal catch out there.
No, that probably wouldn't have counted out there. But it's a nice job at getting away from the pressure. And Montague, with his foot speed awareness, he just gets to the outside and then smartly throws it in the third lane.
That's a pass that's not going to be on his huddle highlight reel. Right there. Second down. 6:12 left third quarter, 14-14. The winner gets to 1-1 in the next 6 and still has an opportunity to claim perhaps a share of the division or a conference title. The loser is effectively eliminated. Montague the give, break again, breaks through the middle, cuts left, slowed down, and is going to be punished right around the 20-yard line. Hanging around the ankle for dear life as Tavares Carter kept break from another long touchdown skimp.
Zone read again. Now the offensive line looks completely different than the first half. They're doing the job up front. Power play, good job, kick out block. Everybody hat on a hat and then break. He's getting into a groove, finishing off runs.
That's another 20+ for break. He's run for over 100 yards the first 6 minutes of this third quarter. And now Knightdale into the CFNC red zone. College Foundation of North Carolina helping you plan, apply, and pay for college. No gain on first down.
Well, this is kind of what we expected. 2 5-1 teams in the third quarter evened up. Blow for blow, they're going back and forth. It's been defense first quarter. Now the offense is coming alive. Different personnel stepping up.
So there's a look at Randy Ragland, first-year head coach for Knightdale. 2nd and 10 for the Knights. Montague, pressure immediately coming after him, and he escapes again. Room to the right. Montague heads to the end zone, holds the football high over his shoulder, and scores. Knightdale in the lead for the first time tonight. Stepping out of his sack, finding some territory, and taking it in from 20 yards out.
And watch as he uses the stiff arm. Here, pass to the left, and then says, okay, I got to go. Gets to the outside, uses the stiff arm just to create a little bit more separation, and then the speed to finish it off. Great job protecting the football, but making a good decision running with it instead of throwing it.
So the Knightdale Knights twice a touchdown down as their first lead of the game. They've scored 2 touchdowns in the first 7 minutes of this third quarter. Extra point botched on another poor snap. As we head to a break, the visiting Knights from Knightdale, thanks to this little maneuver by Jonathan Montague, in the lead on the road by 6. Hey fans, stay tuned. During the fourth quarter tonight, we will have the Harris Teeter scoring drive of the game. And a reminder, your Vic card saves on fuel, food, and more. Well, the Knightdale Knights trailed by a touchdown at halftime. 80-yard touchdown run broken off by Isaiah Brake on the first play from scrimmage in this third quarter. Get a stop, football back, matriculate down the field, and then a 20-yard escape by quarterback Jonathan Montague. And Knightdale on top for the first time, and there's a lot of energy, a lot of buzz with these fans here tonight, Jay. That's gone. There's anxiety now.
Yeah, this is a full house. The first half going to Heritage advantage. Now the response. They've got to get this crowd back into the ballgame. We talked about juice for Knightdale coming out into the second half. Heritage has to find a way to get that momentum, a big play, a spark. They need something on special teams.
And Rodriguez will kick it off. Short kick. And this will tumble into the hands of the 10-yard line. Big return to the 30, 35, 40. Switch the ball into the other hand, and inside Knightdale territory, J.B. Branch. Another monster return, and that is what they needed, although I think Branch also got a little bit nicked up on that tackle. Well, this drive will start at the 42-yard line.
Nice job of blocking by the return unit, and then watch number 80, Jack O'Connell, right there sealing it off. And then you get the extra yards to get across midfield. And Branch, defensive back, now making his mark on special teams.
Yeah, looks like he's going to get a little treatment on the sideline as well. But a big return for Branch. And this second drive of the second half starts in plus territory for Heritage. And Brandon Crutchfield takes another low snap. Looked like the knee was down. And yeah, there's the whistle. Boy, they've had all kinds of issues snapping the football tonight. That's not on Crutchfield. That's on the Heritage Center.
5-yard loss on the play. 2nd and 15.
And that's Jackson Brooks, number 74 of the center. Man, nothing Crutchfield could do right there. It's a loss of 5. Stack a couple of receivers to the top and the bottom. 2nd and 15. Lambert inside the 40. Good recovery, picks up about 9.
Jacob Lambert with the carry.
But boy, those are mistakes. Right. Week 7 you just can't have, especially now when you're trailing in the second half.
Well, you have to give credit to the defensive line for Knightdale. Now Heritage, you have the big special teams play. Wallace Clark, this offense with the field position, you just have the feeling they've got to execute 3rd and 7 here. This may be 4-down territory.
Yeah, a little bit of action right there on the defensive line. They get back. Lambert to the left of Crutchfield, and now a marker is dropped on the far sideline. And this is going to be offsides on the Knightdale Knights. We did see a couple of guys move in the neutral zone. Looked like they cleared back, but the official on the sideline called a penalty, and that's now going to go from 3rd and 7 to 3rd and 2.
Now 3rd and 2, as long as you don't take a sack or have something bad happen here. This is 4-down territory to me. You're in no man's land. You got 2 downs to get 2 yards.
Spread formation again for the Heritage Huskies on 3rd and 2. Good snap. Lambert picks off the right, cuts it back, is driven down, but he should have enough for a 1st down. Took it to about the 32.
Number 73, Robert Millum. He knocked his guy out of the way. Look at him pull. Good job. You just create enough of a path. Leon Crosby as well, number 70. Those two pulling over to the right.
Another NCDPS 1st down. NCDPS.gov/careers. Start your new career there. 3 minutes left, 3rd quarter. Knightdale defending with a 6-point lead. Crutchfield, the quick give. Adair tried to hurl a man and got in midair. And picks up 3, maybe 4 yards.
Lomax came through. Laid down a big hit. Same play, offensive lineman pulling over. And look at number 11. Just shoots through.
Gain of maybe 2. Closing in on 2 minutes to go. Now a little personnel issue. Adair at the last second ran onto the field off of the Heritage sideline, then ran off. And that will force Wallace Clark to use a precious timeout when you're at home down 6 late in the 3rd quarter. But you could ill afford a penalty right there for 12 players on the field. So 2:12 remaining in this 3rd quarter. 20-14, the Knightdale lead. And a reminder coming up, 4th quarter of tonight's game, we will select the West Shore Home Player of the Game. West Shore Home, convert your old bathtub into a modern and spacious walk-in shower in just 1 day. Picturesque night.
This is beautiful.
Big moon behind us. It's 70 degrees. No rain.
Clear skies. That's it. No rain.
There's no hurricane in our future. No delays at all. It is a highly competitive next 6 game tonight.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, back and forth each team. You know, these are teams we're going to see in the playoffs, so it's good to see them test themselves against each other.
All right, here we go. It's 2nd down and 8 after a timeout burned by Heritage. Brandon Crutchfield, the quarterback, And they hand off to Person on the jet sweep to the left side. And in the sideline he goes near the marker. So chased out close to the 22-yard line. It'll depend on the spots.
Well, that's Ricky Person's brother getting the opportunity. Talented young player as well. So they've got such good depth in the backfield. So many guys coming in and making plays tonight.
Did mark him a little bit short. So Crutchfield bounces back off the sideline, getting a play call from the offensive coordinator. He's back out of the pistol formation. Now Adair sets up to his left on 3rd and less than a yard. And looks like a little bit of personnel indecision again as far as the formation. Person sets up now on the left. And they look at the play off another low snap. Adair finding a crease. 1st down yardage and more for Adair. Close to the 10. Boy, was it me or did Crutchfield's knee like it was almost down again?
It was close. He has squat down for it. Adair just has that ability to get low as he goes through the line of scrimmage, fall forward. And he has the awareness to follow his offensive line. That was a big pickup.
And into the College Foundation North Carolina red zone, helping you plan, apply, and pay for college. 1st and goal. Huskies looking for the late ball. Comes loose on the hit. Picked up by Knightdale. And the Knights survive and maintain the lead. The recovery, Tylen Davis. A fumble inside the 10 by Heritage.
Well, Tylen Davis has been making plays out at the wide receiver position. The ball gets knocked loose. And then he picks up the ball. Just an outstanding job up the middle. Sumter.
Yep.
Micah Sumter, number 55, knocked it loose. Now he comes back out. He's playing the offensive line. These guys playing both ways tonight.
Yeah, there's a dearth of personnel right now, but boy, that is the 2nd fumble deep in Knightdale territory tonight by Heritage. And the Knights out of jail, holding their 6-point lead with 1:35 left in the 3rd. And massive hits on 1st down right there, going nowhere. That's Preston Helmers.
And Helmers, really good player on the defensive side, knows exactly what his keys are, sees the whole development, says, not under my watch.
There's going to be an official stoppage as the player is down at the field.
And there is a Knightdale night down. And with that posture, that's telling me it's cramps. And it might be cramps plural, not singular. And I think that's break. And the only reason I know that is because I watched the red and blue, the tape around his spikes on that 80-yard run. And yeah, they're feeling around the calves, and man, his whole body is seized up.
Well, hopefully he's okay. He's been, I mean, amazing 2nd half.
Well, these cramps stink. They are not fun. You feel like you move your muscle in a centimeter, and your whole body freezes again, and it starts over. They're massaging the calves. But again, he's rushed for over 100 yards in this quarter alone.
Well, they need him.
And he just took that big hit as well. So 1:15 left in this 3rd quarter. And gives the Heritage defense at least an opportunity to kind of reset and rethink about their approach here, because the offense for Knightdale has been very good in this 3rd quarter. But perhaps more than anything else for Heritage, mental break after that fumble inside the 10-yard line. I mean, they've left a ton of points out there because of 2 critical turnovers in this game.
Well, for the defense now, the message, see Wallace Clark talking to his team. Yeah. Hey, we need a turnover. They've turned us over. Let's get it back.
And they are still treating, they're still working on that right calf. I think the left might be seized up as well. This is where, if you're in college, you have multiple athletic trainers out there working on any muscles necessary at once.
He's in pain.
Yeah. And that helmet's coming off because this massage is not getting the job done yet. So now some stretching. This could make it worse or better. But I don't see anybody bringing any Gatorade or Powerade or water out to him.
There's the massage stick.
Yeah. Plus, he's right in the middle of the field. If he were near the sideline, you could probably take him off the sideline, treat him there, but he's in the heart of the field right around the 12 or 13 yard line. Now it looks like a couple of athletic trainers off of the Heritage side are going to come out and say if we can help. This game did have some great tempo.
Right.
Are there any more highlights we can show?
He's hoping to have some more. I mean, for Knightdale, they need him. Hopefully he'll be okay, but he's going through a lot of pain with the cramps. And Randy Ragland tonight, with all the personnel that they've had mixing and matching, what a job he's done getting these guys going, especially in the second half.
Yeah, the question now comes, whenever you get break back, and there's going to be some question marks on when that's going to be. Now they're going to bring a cart on the field to at least deal with these cramps on the sideline so we can continue to play. Well, now where does the depth come in the backfield for Knightdale? Because he has been their #1 primary backfield option all year, bar none. Sam Thomas has 16 carries this year in the first 6 games for Knightdale. Brake had 91 coming in. So we'll see if it's Thomas coming in, as they are still unable to kind of freeze up the cramp in that right leg for Isaiah Brake. And he is hopping to the edge of that cart.
Well, you missed the production, also the leadership. He's a senior. He's one of your team leaders.
Yeah.
And hopefully they'll be able to get him over and get him back going again, because they need him not only in the running game as well as the passing game, where he's been good tonight as well, catching the ball.
So they will get Brake off the field. The thing about cramps, and almost 100% confirmed that's what we're dealing with here with Brake, it can leave your body in a couple minutes, and then it can snap right back at you 5, 10, 15 minutes later. So they hope to get him back and hope to have him back at full strength. But with these cramps at this stage, you're not quite sure. And now it will be Sam Thomas into the backfield, number 23, as we resume on 2nd and 11. And it's going to be Montague holding on and stretching and hopping forward to about the 35. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 3. That's a nice recovery there by Montague.
Yeah, a big chunk that they ate into, getting 8 yards. The zone read, the offensive line, again, we've talked about in the second half, what adjustment needs to be made. It starts up front, and they've answered that call, doing a much better job this half.
All right, 3rd and 3 will the ball leave Montague's hands. Look at the sideline.
Important play. Heritage can get off the field.
Final 30 seconds of the 3rd quarter.
They're loading the box.
And whistle's blown right before the snap. And a timeout taken by Knightdale. Big play, you're right. So Randy Ragland will call a timeout. He's not happy that he had to burn one right there. That could have been a formation issue right there, Jay.
Well, and making sure everyone's on the same page, because they know how important this, if they can continue this drive, eat into the clock more and pick up the 1st down. Now for Heritage, before the timeout was called, 8 men in the box. They were coming down playing the run all day. Now the key is you're hoping to solidify any interior runs. If Knightdale goes to the outside, you have to be strong on the edge to force the runner back inside to where all your teammates are. You've got to be strong at the point of attack.
Beautiful end zone look of Husky Stadium here in Wake Forest. 2014 is the Knightdale lead. The Knights defense has pitched a shutout in this 3rd quarter. 80-yard touchdown run on the first play of this 3rd quarter by the just seized Isaiah Brake with that cramp. He is now on the sideline getting more treatment. And Montague gave Knightdale the lead with a 20-yard touchdown run about 4.5 minutes ago. This is 3rd and a short 3. And they will give it off to Thomas, and he's not going to get it. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And there's the stop that Heritage needed, and leading the way, Deontay Cunningham, number 56.
9 defenders in the box. They moved another guy down. Cunningham shoots right through the middle. Very aggressive play, and there's the emotion the defense needed. Big play to get off the field.
And it looks like Knightdale's going to let the clock run out, and they will punt it away from the other end of the field when the fourth quarter begins. This one is set up to be a fantastic finish in the NAC 6. A couple of third quarter touchdowns, and visiting Knightdale up 6 heading to the fourth. A big crowd, homecoming at Heritage. Breast Cancer Awareness Night as well, and we have this one set up for a dandy finish. Fourth quarter begins, 20-14, Knightdale leading a Heritage. They scored 13 unanswered points in the third quarter. Facing a 4th and 2, Knightdale will punt it away. They've been very aggressive on 4th down tonight, but it's Micah Sumter on to kick it away. And Crutchfield, one of the 2 twin safeties, back to return, and the punt will be fielded by Crutchfield if he chooses. He will let this one roll to a stop around the 21-yard line. And that'll be a 44-yard kick, a lot of roll, and Crutchfield will head to the sideline for the play call because he's the quarterback for the first time in his high school career, starting tonight due to the injury suffered by Lex Thomas, season-ending injury. And now he's trying to engineer his first come-from-behind victory in his high school career.
No, the coaching staff trusts him. I mean, he's shown us a lot tonight. For him to come in and play as well as he has, running the football, leading the offense, I mean, it's tough to not come off the field. And he's out there every single play, special teams, offense, and defense.
All right, so Crutchfield comes onto the field. Drive will begin at the 21-yard line. Another low snap. Crutchfield picks it up, steps up. He has big sprinting abilities we saw earlier. He's dragged down from behind right around the 30. Pickup of 9 for Crutchfield. But it's a good thing that defender held out around the hips because Crutchfield almost hit the afterburners again.
He's dangerous. Open field. As he realizes, okay, it's time to go, he turns it on. I mean, nice tackle to bring him down.
It's Tim Christmas.
Otherwise, if Christmas didn't knock him down, he would have been off.
Would have been a sack of coal. Another low snap, fumbled a bit, picked up by Crutchfield. Now he has to improvise, gets around the corner, and took a little bit of a brushing hit as he angled that out of bounds. Well, the snapper needs to make things easier for Crutchfield.
All right, now third down's coming up, and Crutchfield with his athletic ability, no room, but he gets it back to now it's 3rd and 2-ish. So this is a big third down because you don't think you're going to go for it on 4th down, backed up. So you got to get 2 yards to continue this drive.
Yeah, I mean, first time starting as a high school quarterback, the last thing, you have so many things going through your head. The last thing you need to concern yourself about, can a snap get to me on the fly? And there have been several on the ground, and there are half a dozen right around the ankles of Crutchfield. We'll see if Jackson Brooks can deliver here. 3rd and 2. Clean snap that time. The handoff. This is a dare. First down yardage and more. Up the numbers to the 45, out to the 47-yard line. That is 17 for a dare and a very important first down for the Huskies.
Well, patient run by Adair, and then he takes off the offensive line. Greg Davis, number 54. Nice block. I mean, these guys up front just staying consistent. It's Carter Jones as well, 64, clearing the path.
MySpot.nc.gov, first out. Your spot for COVID-19 protection.
How
lost a couple on the next play.
Patrick, was that conversion? I mean, they needed that 3rd and 2. They get 17. That was a play that they had to execute on, and they did the job.
Haven't seen a lot of sustained offensive drives, though, by Heritage. A couple of big plays, one by Adair, a couple by Crutchfield. But forced to go 79, 80 yards right here. They're only going to have a couple more possessions left in this game.
And that extra point could be huge.
2nd down and 12. This is not where the Huskies want to be. Crutchfield on the give. Straight ahead, Lambert, not much.
Jacob Lambert dies up ahead.
3rd and 11.
Picks up one on the play. Tim Christmas.
Lomax again and on the hit.
right, now for the defensive line at Knightdale, you figure the ball is going to be in 16's hands. What's the key on this play? You've got to keep him in the pocket. You cannot allow him, of course, to break the middle, but you can't let him get outside on the edge.
Well, we've only seen Crutchfield throw a couple of times very, very early in the game. Since then, it's kind of been zone reads and quarterback keepers. Will they go to the air here on 3rd and 11? Looks like it. Sprints away, marker down, first down yardage and more for Crutchfield if it stands. He takes it out of bounds at the 35. It's a gain of 20, but I think this is coming back.
It's going to be a hold, but that's what Knightdale couldn't do, is let him get out on that left side of the offensive line. The hold's going to be over on the right side. They gave him the edge.
So that will erase a 20-yard pickup that would have converted on 3rd down. And now they will mark this one off. That is a, I mean, there haven't been a lot of penalties on Heritage tonight, but 3 major ones, 2 pass interferences, and now that hold.
Right. Well, now it's the same thing for Knightdale's defense. He just picked up 20. If you let him out of the pocket, he could do it again. You've got to keep him boxed in. Don't allow him to get out on the edge.
They've spotted the football all the way back at the 32. So they need 24 here on 3rd down. And again, Crutchfield has not been tasked with throwing the football tonight. 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen, 4-man rush. He'll dart forward and try to run it again. 45 midfield, out of bounds, and they'll mark him at the 49, so 5 yards short. You're now in Knightdale territory. You may go for this on 4th.
I mean, I think, yeah. I mean, a real opportunity. I mean, look at him. You make one man miss, and then he almost picks it up.
Punt team's coming on the field, though. I'm a little bit surprised.
Well, and you look at the timeouts, the time, situation where if you don't get it, now it's 4th and 5. If it was 4th and 3, 4th and 4, that 5 yards is still tough.
Abelson on to punt it away. 5th of the night for Heritage. Little pressure, gets it off. There's nobody back to retrieve. And the Huskies will let this one take a very favorable roll inside the 10. Excellent work by Abelson. Down by Halim. And with 8:56 left, Knightdale on the road with the football, up 6. Knightdale with a 20-14 lead on Heritage. 8:56 left, 4th quarter. And they're on the sideline. That's not a good sight for the Knightdale Knights fans. That's Isaiah Brake, who's been dealing with multiple cramps for about the last 10 or 12 minutes. Knightdale back on offense, Jay. He's not in any shape to come back in. Although the training staff has been doing everything they can to get him game ready. So Sam Thomas, number 23, remains in as Brake's backup. Excellent punt by Abelson, pinning Montague and the Knights back inside the 10. And this is Montague, fakes a handoff and takes it forward off the left for about 4.
Well, Wallace Clark says, hey, listen, special teams, let's pin them back. Defense, we've got to do our job to get the ball back to the offense. And the message is, let's get a turnover. They're backed up. Let's be aggressive. Go after the ball.
At least 2 on the play, 3 on the play. Second
and Knightdale will be in no hurry here. Both teams have burned a timeout in the second half, so Knightdale and Heritage each with 2 remaining. I'd be surprised if the ball leaves Montague's hands, to be honest. And it will be Montague on the fake. Steps through and stretches close to a first down. He's going to have it. So using Thomas as the decoy, Montague will get the first down for the Knights.
As he gets the ball, watch him read the right side, nowhere to go, and then he cuts it back to the left with the vision. Good job seeing, hey, nothing's there. Okay, I'll go back to the other side. He finds a way.
Nicespot.nc.gov, first down. Your spot for COVID-19 protection. First down for the Knights. Again, clock rolling. 7:45 left in the 4th. Knightdale by 6. And Montague taking every second off the play clock. And this is Thomas. Broke through the first tackle and picks up a couple.
Well, and wisely using the clock. I mean, it's their friend right now. I mean, now Heritage, you got the timeouts, right? But they're going to play slow and just continue to pick up first downs as their goal.
I mean, this is where the experience of Randy Ragland. I mean, this is not a guy who's new to coaching. He's been around and had great success for years and years. Spent 6 years at Middle Creek, some time at West Johnson, time at Fairmont. I mean, he knows how to put games on the way and win big conference games on the road. And now we will get a marker down. And this is offside on Heritage. They are not doing themselves any favors at all. The penalties have been at crucial times. The turnovers have been in the red zone. And you don't win games in week 7 with these kind of mistakes.
No, you're just trying to be aggressive and getting off the ball. You got to hold back, and now 2nd and 3. I mean, for Knightdale, you said it a couple plays ago, keep the ball on the ground. I'd be surprised if they throw it.
I mean, worst case here for Knightdale, if they don't turn the football over, you just grind out a couple more first downs. Even if you're forced to punt, you're giving Heritage a couple minutes left in a long field. And that penalty made it 2nd and 3, so even though there's marginal yardage there for Sam Thomas, it's going to be 3rd and about 1, and the clock is about to go under 6 minutes.
Well, and if you're a Heritage defender, 3rd and 1, I am selling out for the run. I mean, I'm coming downhill because you know that Knightdale, I mean, if you do throw, you're going to have one-on-one coverage. Keep the ball on the ground. The clock's going to move. I mean, so this is another big conversion coming up.
Knightdale isn't throwing all half.
Yeah, I mean, they're going slow. Them taking their time.
And again,
Wallace Cars, he's going to bring the house.
25-30 seconds coming off the game clock. I mean, you get to a point now where should Knightdale convert this first down and maybe get one more, you're talking 2 minutes left on the game clock. And now we do get a timeout taken by Knightdale ahead of a 3rd and 1. And Knightdale trying to squeeze this one away, up by 6. 3rd and 1 for the Knights. 5:41 left when we come back. .541 left, 4th quarter. Knightdale on the road, leading Heritage 20-14. Knights facing a 3rd and 1. Call a timeout, Jay, after using about 40 seconds on the play clock. Remember those videos we used to see in science class when we were into 8th, 9th grade? This feels like a boa constrictor around a rodent. Just squeezing the life out of the rodent. It feels like what Knightdale is right now doing to Heritage. Big 3rd down.
Expect the unexpected. Do you run the ball or do you do quarterback keep or throw it here?
Montague, the keeper, left side, 1st down. And out to about the 35-yard line.
Outstanding play call. They've seen the zone read. Heritage was looking for the inside handoff. Montague wisely keeps it. It was designed by Randy Ragland. He goes to the outside, out of the perimeter. All those hats are in the middle. Nice seal block on the outside. He gets the 1st down.
And now, timeout taken by Heritage here. Ooh, that I can't imagine is one they wanted to use, but they do after the conversion. That leaves Heritage with 1 timeout left, which now all of a sudden, Jay, if you're on that Knightdale sideline or Randy Ragland, 2 first downs, this game could be over.
Well, in the 1st down situation for Knightdale, even if you just get 1, I mean, you punt the ball, we're talking hypothetically, you're going to leave very little time. If you get 2, yeah, the game's probably over. But if you get 1, you're going to limit the time for Heritage. So for Wallace Clark and his team, the message is we have to get a stop. 3 downs, we got to get a turnover or get off the field.
Turnover or stop here on 1st down, but now you need to figure out the best time, the optimal time to use that final timeout. If I'm Knightdale now, this ball is not leaving Montague's hands because you have Sam Thomas filling in for Brake. It doesn't look like Brake is in any condition to come back on the field. Turnover is the only thing that really beats you right now.
And when I'm carrying the ball, usually you have, with one arm, I'm putting both arms over to protect because they're going to try to strip it.
All right, here we go. 1st down from the 35 for the Knightdale Knights. On the road, leading by 6. trying to stay in the next 6 race. Montague gives it off Thomas. And Thomas squirting through, staying low, got to about the 38s.
For Heritage, can't jump offside. You have to stay, wait for the ball to be snapped.
All right, let's see when it's snapped, because Thomas gave the football to the official at 5:17. Let's see what the clock reads on this next snap. Because I'm betting it's going to be in the 4:30, 4:31 range. So they're lined up ready to snap it, but we're likely going to see Montague milk it here.
They've got to stay patient. The defensive line, they're trying to come off the ball. They've got to wait down in their stance.
4:45. And the snap at 4:41. And nothing doing on that second down play.
Lynn, I know you want to use the clock. Heritage, though, looked like they were all lined up and they used the timeout, but they are in the blocks ready to shoot off once the ball is snapped.
Well, Wallace Clark, he's shoving his chips all in right now. He just used Heritage's last timeout prior to a 3rd down play. Generally, the last timeout's taken after the 3rd down play, but Wallace wanted to preserve another 35 seconds or so here. And again, it's 3rd and 8. He might be thinking, well, maybe they put it in the air, maybe they throw an incomplete pass, the clock stops anyway. So that's the chess match going on between both of these coaches.
And what Wallace Clark is telling his team now is, hey, they may throw it, they're probably going to run it. I'd expect Montague to get out on the perimeter. They're going to put the ball in his hands.
All right, well, fans, let's take a look at the Harris Teeter scoring drive of the game. And here we go, the big drive we saw, 10 plays, 75 yards, a penalty factored in. And Montague wound up running it in from 20 late in the 3rd quarter to give Knightdale the lead, which they still have, 20-14. And here's the touchdown run by Montague that hit a 20-14 contest. 10 plays, 75 yards, took almost 4.5 minutes off the clock. And the lead that Knightdale is still playing with here. Come back to live action. 3rd down and 8. Heritage out of timeouts, trailing by 6. Do the Knights dare throw the football? They will. Montague, big pass downfield, receiver stumbles, no flag. Guess who's on the coverage? Crutchfield. It's incomplete. Clock stops at 4:23. Best case scenario for Heritage.
Well, with it being 3rd and 8, you say, okay, if you keep the ball on the ground, it's going to be tough to pick it up. Let's get the knockout punch. One-on-one coverage on the outside. Crutchfield stride for stride with Davis, and little contact, no flag. He trips and falls, but they were looking for the big play to end the ball game.
Play call, do you like it?
On 3rd and 8 in that situation, if you keep the ball on the ground, you're going to use the clock. But they were looking. They saw no safety help over the top. They were looking to win it.
All right, Knightdale will punt it away. We'll see what kind of pressure and Micah Sumter is under. He does get it off. Just kind of floats down into the cradle of Crutchfield at the 36-yard line. Plenty of time, no timeouts. Now you're a touchdown and an extra point away from the lead and a potential win.
Well, and the key for Heritage is, on this drive, the rest of the ball game, you got 4 downs to pick up 10 yards. So that's got your mindset here. We don't have to get it all. We don't have to rush. We can't have negative plays. No penalties, no sacks, nothing where we're going backwards. We got to keep going forward.
I would have rather punted with 3:20 left in the clock, Jay. Well, they don't pay me to make these decisions. Here we go. Heritage football down by 6. 69 yards and an extra point away from the lead. Snap to Crutchfield. They get in the speedy hands, and he takes it out of bounds. That'll stop the clock at the 46-yard line.
Bradley Fournier, the offensive coordinator for Heritage, going to put the ball in 16's hands. Let him go out there, improvise, designed run.
Yeah. That entire offensive line slants left. Crutchfield picks up a 1st down on the first play of the drive.
11-yard gain for
4:12 remaining.
And Patrick, Wallace Clark's defense did their job getting off the field.
And this is Adair. And Adair stopped behind the line of scrimmage, lost a couple. And again, no timeouts left. It's 4-down territory regardless of where Heritage is on the field. But you don't want to be 2nd and 13.
Well, and a good job by Davis coming through making the play. But for Knightdale, you want to play back, keep everything in front of you. You don't want to give up the big play. Let the clock continue to churn down.
Right inside 3:40 at the time of the snap.
How deep the linebackers are playing.
Crutchfield resets Isaiah Jackson. 3 receivers left. Low snap. Crutchfield again. Follows Adair's block and nowhere to go. Can't turn the corner. Clock will stop at 3:28. And still about 12 yards to get on 3rd down. We'll spot it at the 47. Need to reach the Knightdale 43. So 3rd and a long 10. Adair to the right of Crutchfield. Crutchfield sprints right. Looks like he wants to throw, and he will to the sideline. Leaping grab of the 46. And a fantastic catch by Isaiah Jackson. But it's short to the 1st down. It'll be 4th and 1.
Well, good job with the placement from Crutchfield. Throws it high, but where only his guy can get it. Jackson, the focus to get it as he knows he's going to get hit.
How about that tackle by Dwayne Lee?
All right, this is all Crutchfield, right, Patrick?
Here we go, 4th and 1. This is the game right here for Heritage if they don't convert.
16's carrying this ball.
Fresh set of bodies on the field. Adair will set to the right of Crutchfield. The space for Crutchfield will be to his left. Snap, he takes it right. Darting forward, skips past the man, finds room, down the sideline. There goes Crutchfield, and Heritage has tied the game on a 4th and 1. 43-yard touchdown run by Brandon Crutchfield. Touchdown of the game for Crutchfield. Could not have come in a more opportune moment to save the Huskies.
And everybody in this stadium knew who was going to get the ball. Crutchfield, 10 guys in the box. Everyone was looking to stop him. Once he got to the 2nd level, it was over.
The extra point for the lead. Clean snap. Heritage on top. 21-20 the lead for Heritage. Joshua Money was on the PAT.
Heck of a game. Watch Crutchfield. His team needed him to make a play. 4th and 1. The game is over if he doesn't pick it up. And he does more than that. He hasn't come off the field. He's playing offense, defense, special teams. Just so impressive. And now this homecoming crowd is up. 2 5-1 teams, outstanding coaches, Randy Ragland, Wallace Clark. Players are stepping up. This is what we expected for it to go down to the end.
Remember, Lex Thomas, senior quarterback heading to NC State, injured, out for the year. Crutchfield gets his first high school start tonight. He is responsible for all 3 Heritage touchdowns. 1 yard, 36 yards, and that last one, 41. And rescuing the Huskies without a timeout on their last potential drive of the game. And now he's going to be out there playing defense to try and put it away. 2:32 left and 1 timeout for Knightdale. And the American Military University kickoff. AMU, the #1 provider of higher education to the U.S. military. And here's the boots. And whistles before the kick.
This game went to triple overtime last year. Doesn't look like it'll go to overtime. It looks like it's going to go to the end.
That math really doesn't work all that well for that tonight.
Also deep with an ice.
CFL maybe, right?
Yeah.
Thomas, he's on the far side.
There's our referee trying to adjudicate the whistle. So that kickoff was before the ready for play whistle, so no penalty. So Jacob Cook will tee it up again.
There is no flag on the play. We're going to re-kick.
21-20 Heritage. Everybody on their feet. End over end, solid kick. Returnable. The knee was down, though, on the catch of the kick by Dwayne Lee. Well, we saw that impact Crutchfield early in the game in the backfield. Took out that right knee, Jay.
It's down.
Perfect call. All right, let's get to our player of the game tonight. Brought to you by West Shore Home. And our player of the game, Jay, I don't know who it could be.
He deserves it. I mean, these highlights that we're going to show for him, first start as a quarterback to come in, make these plays. He's done it all for his team, and that final 4th down conversion with the touchdown. I mean, when his team needed him most, he's come through, and he's not coming off the field either.
All right. Back to live play on first down. A determined carry, but not a lot of vertical yards. That is Sam Thomas, who is in the backfield one more time. So we now know that we will not see Isaiah Brake back on the field for Knightdale when they need him most. By the way, your West Shore Home player of the game, brought to you by West Shore Home. Convert your old bathtub into a modern and spacious walk-in shower in just one day. One timeout left for Knightdale. Under 2 minutes to play, 4th quarter. Second down, Montague, left side, coming back to it near the 25. That is a catch. Catch on the sideline to Michael Pinnell. Fans don't like it. Very close, but short of a first down. It's 3rd down now for Knightdale.
Montague, strong arm, excellent protection.
Boy, he was close to being out of bounds when he caught that ball.
The right foot.
Ruled a catch. 3rd and short. The keeper, Montague, bursting through, slips a bit, and then takes a hit right around the 35. Well, there's an awkward slip. He tried to jam that foot in the grass and cut the other direction.
Quarterback keeper as he goes through. Yeah, just tough landing. Now you have the one timeout. When do you use it?
Person down at 34.
iSpot.nc.gov, first down. Retreating in the pocket, Montague dances back, finds some space, some more time now. He'll try to thread through a couple of defenders, gets drilled right around the knees, picked up maybe a yard. Nice hit by Trevin Person right there to cut him down.
Well, number 9, Preston Helmers, cuts off the edge. You see 9 come through, force him back inside, and then Person, what a job coming up to lay down the hit.
Second down as we approach a minute to go. Knightdale, one timeout left. Montague surveys. Here comes pressure, spins away, tosses gently over the middle, finds his man near midfield, and down goes Tylen Davis. Marker down, though, back at the 25-yard line. This is going to be roughing the passer on Heritage. So the catch converted, and another massive, untimely penalty for the Huskies.
Initially, this looks like it's going to be a sack. Montague somehow uses a stiff arm, points out. I don't see it.
Ooh. Well, that's the completed catch. Tack on 15 on top of that. You still have your one timeout. This will move the football all the way to the 39-yard line.
I didn't see it.
Now, Knightdale has missed an extra point in this game. So,
yeah,
you never, I mean, a field goal could win it, but how much trust do you have in your field goal team? We'll see if it comes into play. First down from the 39. And moving a couple of yards forward is Thomas. This might be where you take that timeout if you're Coach Ragland here. Is he going to burn it? Quickly to the line, and they're going to hold on to the timeout here. 2nd and 8. They don't have many plays left here in this one. Montague retreats, throws left sideline, and a jumping grab is made right at the 30. Was he inbounds or out of bounds? He was in, and after the Pinnell catch, timeout taken. That's the last one Knightdale has.
What a game.
23 seconds left. And now you have a lot of decisions you need to make and inform your team during this timeout here.
What a catch. Watch this. He's getting hit as the ball hits his hands. You know your legs are getting taken out, and you can still hold on to it. Strong hands, Pinnell. What a play.
All right, so if you're Randy Ragland here, Jay, you're talking about A, convert the first down, clock stops. Then are you spiking the football, getting into field goal range? I mean, you need to do all that now because no more time.
Right. I mean, you're telling your team 3 plays in advance. What do we do if this happens? The different scenarios. And Wallace Clark is getting his team fired up.
And then the other question, too, on the sideline, what are you doing for Knightdale in terms of preparing your special teams, your field goal unit?
Well, and the biggest key for Knightdale is you can't take a sack. Montague has to get rid of the ball. Your tackles, interior O-line, give protection to your quarterback, and then I think they're going to take shots to the end zone. So the pressure and the stress is going to be on the Heritage defensive backs.
But can you do it now on 3rd and 1? Don't you want to get the first down first?
Well, you're going to get the first down first, exactly. You're going to go for that, but I wouldn't be surprised to take a shot.
There we go, 3rd and 1. They're looking downfield to the sideline. Quick little pass toward the sideline. Incomplete, though, intended for Davis. 19 seconds left. 4th down. You're well out of field goal range. Now, getting this first down is a must. And how about that reaction from Wallace Clark? This is the game for his defense. This is it.
Do you give the ball to Montague? I think you got to let him run, get him to the outside. And if you pick up the first down, it's
pick up the first down and don't get out of bounds. Clock starts with the spot. Not much time left. 4th down. 21-20 Heritage. Montague dances back, lost the football. It's loose on the turf, and it is recovered by Knightdale. Down for a sack. And Crutchfield in the backfield helps out, and the Heritage Huskies are going to survive Knightdale. Trevor Person did the damage. Poked away by Holloway, and that's your ball game. And what a game.
Wallace Clark was giving his message to the team. Be aggressive, go after the ball. They executed. Crutchfield gets it. Now he's going to get it back to take a knee and win the game.
Wallace Clark fired up his squad. That was the game on the line. Victory formation for the first time in Crutchfield's career. No timeouts left for the Knights. And that snap will do it and end an absolute gem of a NAC 6 contest tonight. Final seconds tick off. Wallace Clark and the Heritage Huskies celebrate a homecoming win, 21-20. You think he's thanking these Husky hooligans? He's holding the flag. Homecoming win for Wallace Clark and the Heritage Huskies. Couldn't have done it without the fans. Never seen a reaction like that in my life, Jay.
Love it.
What a game. What a game we just
How
witnessed.
much did this game mean to this team and him? And all the effort, the work you put in during the week, nail biter down to the end, and you win on homecoming.
That's the way to launch homecoming weekend at Heritage. What a win. What a game. A privilege to be a part of it. Heritage 21, Knightdale 20. Coming back with, we'll probably hear a couple of interesting words from Wallace Clark when we come back.
Fourth quarter, 1 score to report.
One of the more enjoyable games that we've had an opportunity to broadcast here on Friday Night Rivals has just completed. 21-20 Heritage over Knightdale. And the drama we saw in the last couple minutes of this game, Jay, was riveting. And let's go downstairs to Alexa Kay, who is with the very excitable head coach of the winning Heritage Huskies, Wallace Clark.
Yes, guys, we are down here. Coach Clark, what an incredible win tonight. Hard-fought battle. What can you tell me about the performance of your guys?
Well, we kind of prep for this type of thing all season, and especially this week. You know, we just knew that from the endurance aspect of stuff, we had to outplay them during this time. Like I said, Coach Ragg and his group, they're doing a good job over there. But I think our guys persevere. You know, saw a lot of mistakes. We got excited there to find a way to stop them from getting to the end zone, and it just worked out in our favor. And an unbelievable good job by Crutch. You know, not doing this but this week for the first time. That kid's going to be awesome. So he's awesome, and we enjoy just seeing him perform.
Well, we did too tonight. What are you taking away from this win and into practice next week?
I don't have the answer for that, but we'll find out Monday.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations, Coach. So congratulations, guys. Enjoy the win. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Alexa. What a night, Jay. A couple of final thoughts from you.
The last year's 57-55, this year 21-20. These teams know how to put on a show. Very impressed with Knightdale. Heritage, I mean, what can you say? Outstanding win, finding a way on homecoming.
All right, and we saw the emergence of the newest Heritage Husky star in quarterback, cornerback, punt returner, Brandon Crutchfield accounts for all three touchdowns tonight for Heritage. 21-20 your final. We'd like to take a moment to thank all the great folks at West Shore Home, Air Experts Heating and Cooling, Campbell University, Tatum and Atkinson, who make all these games possible for you watching tonight. We'd also like to thank all the other great supporters for their contributions to our Friday Night Rivals telecast. myspot.nc.gov, Crabtree Mall, the United States Marine Corps, CFNC, Harris Teeter, the NCDPS, and American Military University. We'd like to thank all the participating high schools and their administrators for their support to bring it home to you. A final 21-20. Our host, Heritage High School, over Knightdale next week. Stay tuned. This is hard to top. Wakefield takes on the Millbrook Wildcats. So for Alexa Kay, my partner up here in the booth, Jay Sohnhalter, and the entire crew, Patrick Keenis saying goodnight from Husky Stadium. Heritage squeezes out a 1-point win, 21-20. Happy homecoming from Heritage High School. Thanks for watching.